Mm. Mm. Ooh wee. Man, oh man. It's a great day to be a Jazz fan, isn't it? This was kind of expected, I guess, in a weird way. Let's see. Tayton just said in the game chat, so close to a franchise record. We needed 82 points to break it, but we need 82 points to break it. But seriously, we needed this kind of shooting against the Suns. Yeah, it would have been great. We shot 75% from the floor and 80% from three in the first quarter, which is otherworldly, to be quite honest. Bro, the thing is, they were a league average defense before this. And I think now this is a thing. Number 1, they're not rotating well. Number 2, we are shooting amazing. And this game is literally not possible without Jordan Clarkson. Ironically enough, Kanza had a comment under the video I just posted yesterday about Jordan Clarkson. Let me see. Hmm. He said Clarkson has been known as a somewhat streaky player and forcing shots. He will have his off nights and in the future too, but still remains an asset. Um, so yeah, I'll give this one to Konza. I just had my video yesterday, so 22 hours ago, we were expecting him to take a step up, or we were hoping to take a step up, and he did. And he did in the first quarter, scoring or assisting on 19 of those points that were put up by the Utah Jazz. And quite honestly, a masterclass performance on his part. Yes, sir. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Colin Sexton brought me here, and you guys kept me here. Yo, Lauri Markkanen, the threes that he's taking right now are they're not normal threes you take as a big. They're not normal threes you take as just any player. He's taking a three like he's literally 6'3". Like with the footwork of a Kyrie Irving or a Stephen Curry, he's just literally planning square to the basket, getting his body rotated as he's lifting off, and he's willing to fire anywhere. Now, admittedly, it helps that he's 7 foot and he can get that release off, but there's no other big that I can think of or anybody with his size, shape, and speed that's willing to consistently take that shot and it looks so smooth. What's up, Tyson? McKinley Cutler, the Jazz are shooting a very nice field goal percent. Nice. Hey, nice is a very generous way of putting it. Now, obviously, I don't think they shot as well in the second quarter as they did in the first, but goodness gracious. Goodness. So overall, in the first half, yeah, it dropped a little bit. In the first half, 69% overall from the field, going 14 for 21 from beyond the arc with 26 boards, 20 assists, 24 points in the paint, and the largest lead, of course, being 35 points. You said, I don't really watch the Jazz all that much. Is Lowry playing the 4, playing the 3? He's playing the 3, and then Collins is running the 4 and Kessler at the 5. Now, they've been doing some interchangeable lineups, and Olynyk saw a lot more of the floor during the second quarter, and he did a little bit of damage. The interesting thing about Olynyk is not only is he not athletic, but he knows he's not athletic, and he plays like he has the least amount of athleticism on the court. So a lot of times his movements look a little awkward, but it's not a bad thing because he doesn't travel when he does it. And it's slow and weird, but the refs are watching him the whole time, and you can tell he's not traveling, which makes it all the more interesting to watch. But I think on the other side of the spectrum, you also have to give credit to the Jazz for literally making the Grizzlies look like garbage. They haven't made double digit field, have they? They're 8 for 32 from beyond the arc. Why they decided to take 32 threes obviously attributes to the fact that they just got down early and kept getting down. Lowry's so quick with the release as well. Literally. It's impressive for Lowry because we expect this sort of shooting technique a lot of times when he's coming off of a pin down or whatever screen may have been set. He's coming off, and it's amazing. You said, I remember watching Jalen Brown contract vid a few weeks ago. You had like 70 subs in, bro. Yeah, literally, like a lot of growth in a short amount of time. Good team. I can say that this team is very fun to report on and just like watch the daily happenings. Because I came here because I really like Colin Sexton, and when they traded for him, and I heard that they wanted him there, I was like, I gotta watch this. And obviously, he hasn't had the greatest start to the season, but last game was solid. I can live with that type of Colin Sexton because he was fairly efficient from the field. This game, I love this Colin Sexton because he's hitting his catch and shoot threes, which means his efficiency is there. It's coming back around. He's feeling comfortable. He's talking on defense. I remember he's got active feet right now. Now, admittedly, as a shorter player with a tighter wingspan, he has to cover more ground physically to get in other people's spaces and just affect shots and things like that. And you see a lot of times where when he's at the top of the key or on the wing, he's keeping active feet. He's talking to whoever's the on ball defender when it's not him, and he's rotating perfectly back to his man. He said Lowry's picking up right where he left off, literally. And we thought he was going to have a slow start. So maybe we gave him grace. We gave him grace. I'll say that. We gave him grace, and we didn't need to. We didn't need to because he not only did he pick up where he left off, but he's superseding it because he's shooting more than 40% from beyond the arc. And it was 46% when I made the video talking about his shooting, and that was off 26 threes. I want to say 26 ish. And it's like this game is ridiculous. Leading scorers: Jordan Clarkson 18, Lowry 17, Collin 13, John Collins 9, Kelly Olynyk 8. For them, Desmond Bain 16, Jaren Jackson Jr. 10, Zaire Williams 8, Marcus Smart 7, and David Roddy 3. So straps. That's what I'm seeing. A whole lot of straps. And this how do I put this? This game is impressive not just because we are playing so well, but more so because Jordan Clarkson specifically is playing well, because we needed a guard. The Utah Jazz needed one guard. It didn't have to be both. It didn't have to be the point guard and the shooting guard. They just needed one guard to step up and produce like Lowry can produce. Because you have Lowry and you have Collins being a good 2A to Lowry's 1A, but you need a guard punch because this is a guard-driven league these days. Now, as the third quarter starts, obviously things are going to be a little bit more heated. A lot more threes. They just missed 2 back to back. They're hustling. Thank you, Walker, finally with a block. Desmond Bain. They're playing too fast. They're playing too fast. I love it. I love it. Yep, the ball movement has been significantly better. You saw Colin Sexton hit that one dump off pass to Keontae George right under the rim when typically he would get airborne and try to get that shot off. He recognized once he was up there that there was 4 guys around him. Let me go ahead and get this dish, and that's what he did. But everybody's already with his own test by Taylor and Tucker. Didn't matter. They missed. Walker with the rebound. Walker has been kind of quiet, but he's been effective nevertheless. Ooh, somebody got hit. So did he get somebody got pushed out of bounds and then came down the court and fouled Walker? Is that what just happened? I'm thinking that's what we just saw right there. Because Walker wasn't even the one that pushed him out of bounds. Okay. Isn't that the ref that always that Chris Paul can't win against, I think? Maybe I'm wrong. But 79-46. 10:40 left. 18 seconds on the shot clock if it continues like this. I feel bad for Marcus Smart because he was in the most promising situation. Obviously, he really could have stayed a Celtic his entire career, but they got better by making his trade. I think that's what it came down to. Yeah, there was absolutely no reason for him to come down the court and hit Walker like that. That's a tech. That's a tech. That's a tech, yes. Because absolutely no reason for him to have done that. The ball wasn't in play in that area within 20 feet of him. So no, yeah, that's a tech. What's up, Dink? How's it going, man? Beautiful game, man. Let me see. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. Not enough to get a strike though. Yeah, definitely a frustration fan. Yep. Jordan Clarkson is back. Flagrant one. Yeah, I figured that. Let me mute my TV because if I don't, the NBA might hit me with a copyright strike. He's trying to tell the ref that he slid over into the way. That's not what happened. So that's not what happened. Come on, Walker. You got to get you a good one. One thing I do want to see from Walker Kessler, though, because we're up this much, I would like him to take a couple of threes. Because I believe I counted 5, maybe 6 offensive possessions where he catches the ball on the wing and the center is literally in the paint. Like they're not coming out on him at all. And he's going to continue to be a negative on that side unless he elects to take the 3. And he's capable of hitting it. We've seen it. His stroke looks smoother. Even if he doesn't hit it the first time, just the threat of the possibility of it going in can be enough sometimes to even move the big slightly out of the paint. Doesn't have to be great, just has to be decent. THT for 3, give it to him. Oh. Who's the foul on? John Collins. I don't know. I agree. I know he went 0 for 2 the other night, but yeah, exactly. Desmond Bain. They're getting more aggressive, but in the right way. Wave the basket off. You're calling on the ground? Are they calling the fact that he got tangled up? Walker didn't request to get tangled up. He got tangled up. That was against his will. They're going to look at it again. Yo, these refs are on it today. I'm not going to lie. They're making pretty solid calls. I like this new replay system that they have going on. Yes, sir. Will Hardy. All right, let's see here. Oh, the push. If they're calling on the push, then yeah. Because this is a pretty significant one. Oh, no, he has his arm caught. That's what he's trying to talk about. I'm not going to lie. If they didn't replay this, Jaren Jackson Jr., that's a good play. That's a good play. Not in the that's a great basketball move to make, but that's not an appealing thing to watch when you're a fan of the game, but that's a smart move to try and hide it like that. Probably learned it from Marcus Smart if we're being honest. All right, let's see here. 80-46, so really just Walker's going 1 for 2 from the free throw line earlier should be the only points from this half. Not enough. Walker made that too easy for him. I love the initial bump, but he has to recover on that. He's capable of doing it. He just needs to actually do it. THT has been not great. 1 for 6 this quarter for Memphis, 0 of 2 for Utah. There we go, THT, just as I was talking trash about you. Thank you. Man, I'm just start talking trash about THT all the time then. Maybe he'll give us a triple-double. There's the Walker Kessler we know. Nice job. Very rangy. THT going corner. Oh, I like the idea, but he didn't put enough mustard on that one. So, yeah. We just, no. They can't force offensive sets because there's no reason to. There's no reason to play sped up. You want to get your bench in the game. Walker has to hit that. Good move. What did I say? $10 move. $1 million move, 10-cent finish. He has to finish that one though, because he already isn't getting a lot of touches this game. Light help. Good D from John Collins, staying vertical. It's a dicey move to make. Xavier Tillman coming back in the picture. Jordan Clarkson. Does he still have it? No, not necessarily. But Lowry with another board. I need to check to see how many boards Lowry Markkinen has, because the boxing out this game has also been very impressive on the Utah Jazz's part. More so from a Kelly Olynyk and John Collins standpoint, because I want to say like roughly 4 of the boards that Lowry's gotten came from just the other players being screened out effectively by his own teammates, which you love to see. I made a video about Walker earlier too. The Jazz comments on my TikTok. Hey, Dink, you going places? You going places, buddy? You'd make a long form video. You'd be better than me, honestly. I need your video edits. That's what I need. If I could have that, I'll feel great. Plus, more people would actually care to watch my videos. Who am I kidding? Let me see. Good screen, JC. No need to rush. No need to rush. You have Walker down there. Get him involved. Nothing to. Wow. That was an interesting pass, THT. That was an interesting pass. I don't agree, but. Oh. If they run a replay on that, I would like to see. Will is not happy. And Keontae George needs to get off the bench, actually. I will give him that. Yeah, it was just wrong place, wrong time. He couldn't stop himself in time. Honestly, if I'm Walker, that's a bad play to make, because Desmond Bane was already off balance and he was outstretched. I feel like that's a makeable shot if you're Desmond Bane, but that's also a shot that you're comfortable with him forcing himself to make, because they didn't call the initial contact as he was about to get airborne. So that's when you really just have to make him earn it while he's in the field to play. If he makes that layup, we give it to him, but if not, don't concern yourself. That being said, Walker Kessler, solid game. Solid game so far. Just would like him to be willing to shoot a 3. Had the opportunity, hasn't presented himself this quarter. Desmond Bane, there we go. 20.7 or 16, 4 of 10 from 3. So Desmond Bane is having himself a night. Finally, somebody ran Lowry off the line. Lowry going to the rim. Lowry, oh. The thing is, the Grizzlies aren't going to go quietly in the night. You can't let him on the floor. Was he getting held down? Is that what it was? By Olynyk, probably. Kelly Olynyk has been playing very solid defense when he's on the court overall. Oh, no, he was tied up with Lowry. That's funny. That's funny. What's up, Lee? Yes, sir. Dink, I just got your alert on my YouTube for the Walker Kessler. Best believe I'm about to like it. Yes, sir. Dink's videos go so underappreciated. Side note, sorry. Oh, Will is trying to plead a case right now. Yes, sir, Lee. Favorite part of the night. Let's see, 82-56. Lowry has 4 personals. I did not realize that. That's important to note. If we close out the third quarter up 30, you can't let them get the game within 15 this quarter right here. 10-0 run over the last 2 minutes isn't okay. It's not acceptable. There's no reason it should have happened. There's no reason it should be in effect right now. I love Jordan Clarkson as the main ball handler. He's hit, especially when he's hitting his shot, because that makes him a more viable threat. He's more confident, and he makes better reads as well. He's not going to over dribble as much. Desmond Bane now 4 of 11 for 3. I still don't want to leave him open. He takes like 9.5 threes a game. THT, I can live with that 3. We didn't need it, but I'll live with it. 84-58. Really, we need to milk the clock. If we can milk the clock right now, as we're going into the fourth quarter, you can have Keontae and Chris Dunn close really the entire fourth quarter because Chris Dunn has played all of probably like 3-ish minutes, I want to say. Like not really much time at all. Good no call. He was baiting right there. THT, calm down. There we go. There we go. It's almost as though THT heard us talking about him before and saw my video and took it very personal. And I love that for the guy. I love it. Nice move off the glass. That's what his larger frame allows him to do as well, because he can take a lot more contact from different size players and still has enough juice in the tank to go ahead and get that finesse finish right there. Let me see. I think you said coming into the season, I still thought the Grizzlies would be an above average team without Ja. I think this is the nail in the coffin. Let's see all the rookies play and get some good time. Yep. I thought because the Grizzlies were going back to the past 2 seasons, a winning roster, even without John Moran on the court. Like 70, it was like 68 or 72% of the games. They were still winning those. So this is a significant fall off, but one key catalyst that I heard the analysts talking about earlier that I think affected it a lot more than they realized was the fact that obviously now you have Marcus Smart on the team. You didn't have him before. So it's a little bit of a switch of a dynamic, but more so the loss of Steven Adams, because now you're expecting Jaren Jackson Jr. to run the traditional 5, which we saw in the FIBA games didn't work well. So you're putting him in a more traditional role as opposed to allowing him to have more of a, not necessarily Draymond Green, but have more of a roaming effect on defense while Steven Adams can hold things down in the paint. And we know Steven Adams isn't a shot blocker, but one thing is you're not about to put Steven Adams in the post if you're a big. You don't feel comfortable with that. In a pick and roll, you don't want to have to set the screen. You know, you don't want to be in that situation with Steven Adams. Now, if you're a guard and you can get Steven Adams on you, that's going to be an easier defensive assignment as far as a blow-by goes compared to a Jaren Jackson Jr. But another thing is on offense, Steven Adams being able to be in the high post and set a screen or get into a high pick and roll situation or just off the catch making a decision as being a distributor of the basketball is also something that isn't as appreciated as it should be. And he kind of has, in a way, a Kelly Olynyk effect, despite him obviously not being able to shoot. He said Adam is an elite offensive rebounder and a great rebounder. Literally, he's not movable. He is a brick wall. And I hate the Aquaman comparison now because it's so overused. He's just a solid man. He's a grown man in a league that doesn't have very many of his caliber type players, his style, his build of player. Those types of guys aren't here right now. He said that is a complete opposite. Yo, that was another thing. In the FIBA games, watching Jaren Jackson Jr. attempt to rebound pissed me off so much because you think he never had to get a board in his life. He rebounds like he's a shooting guard. It's not okay. And, you know, that's why we're winning this one. John Collins for 3. Give it to, yes, sir. Shooter's touch. Shooter's roll. I love it. I love it. And his assists are top key or so important. Literally. People don't pay attention to it because you just think of a guy that's really strong, deep voice, tattoos, you know, tribal tattoos. This is an interesting matchup between Colin Sexton and Jaren Jackson Jr. Let him fight it out, ref. Let him fight it out. Unless somebody like swipes a hand, I guess. That's a free throw? Oh, they're in the bonus. Okay. Up. They stretched it out back to 31. 30. You said he's so big and gets so many amazing screen assists. Yes. That's his very niche thing that most bigs can't do. Most guys can't do what Steven Adams can do. Like even when the Jazz had Rudy Gobert, he couldn't screen like Steven Adams because Steven Adams is going to create you some space because he's a stocky build. He's a wide man. Rudy Gobert is just tall. But we appreciate Rudy Gobert. I'm not going to sit here and act like he's just some guy, some bum, because that's not the case. Kelly Olynyk misses his 3. That's okay. pushing the ball up court. Great communication between the rookie and John Collins right there, calling the man early, making that switch. Yep, Olynyk on Triple J. John Collins, nice help, Keontae. That three by Bane is insane. That's how you know he's a light. He has the ultimate green light because 30 feet? Keontae, was that a great three? I don't think that was a great three, buddy. Yup. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm trying not to shout into the mic. You know, it's a little bit different, but I'd be lying if I didn't see. That's something. That's why you love having Olynyk on the court sometimes instead of Walker, because Walker gets that board. He's not immediately thinking about like he plays the ball so well, gets a nice poke, knows somebody's coming behind him to fill the lane that he just vacated, turns over his shoulder, makes it easy right there, touch pass, give it to him, punches it home, nice and easy. Everybody can't. That's a play that a lot of guys can make, but everybody doesn't. He said you're the voice of us right now. Let's see. The way Rudy could, let's face it, they were illegal screens. Yes, Rudy was also a very awkward player. He still is. Even though he's in his 30s now. I don't know why I didn't realize he was as old as he is. But he's kind of old. Like NBA old, not real life old. He said, love the oop. Bro, I loved it too. Kelly plays the role and Joe Ingles used to play for us. That's a good point, Dink. That's a good point. Joe Ingles is such a problem for so many people. It is weird because he looks like somebody that would be teaching like calculus at some university. But he just had impeccable defense, had a solid 3-point shot. It was a great passer. Like you're so right, and I just never even thought about that. That's why you're in the chat, man. That's why you're in the chat. Extra basketball knowledge is always appreciated, man. But it's impressive. It just sucks that he's getting on the Magic. Yes, I feel like did the Magic beat somebody crazy? I feel like it was the Magic that recently beat somebody they were not supposed to beat. I'll tell you right now, actually. They were at the floor with the Magic, or excuse me, with the Rockets, and I was not expecting that. It was so weird. He was like a substitute teacher, not playing very good this season, but he picks it back up. Yeah, most definitely. Consistently making the right play. Yes, sir, Mac. You already know. I think they would beat the Rockets. Yeah. They beat, but it was the way they beat them because they beat them 116-86, which is, excuse my math, 96-06. Yeah, 30 points. So that was like I knew they were gonna win, but I was thinking like, 8-12 ish, but 30. Who went off in that game? Actually, let me see because we play the Magic is the next game. So, Paolo had 12. Franz Wagner had 19. Markel Fultz had 10. Cole Anthony off the bench had 20. Gary Harris had 11. Just pedestrian game. They just really strapped up the Rockets, I'm guessing. Oh, we're back up. We're back with the game. Whoops. Let me dial back in. Yeah, that was a beatdown. It's off topic, but I could see Wagner being the best player in the Magic this season. Low key. That's not a crazy take. What OG said, it's not crazy to say that. Yeah, I could see that. His value just in general is underrated. Paolo Banchero is obviously a solid player. It's weird. Maybe it's crazy of me to say this, but he kind of reminds me of Jahlil Okafor, but more adaptive for today's league. Just a little bit. Now he does shoot some threes at him. I'm just like, you have a green light like that? But number one. He won Rookie of the Year. He's the guy. All right, inbound. Jordan Clarkson working. Heat check like that is crazy. Good effort board by Sexton. Go ahead and swing it. You want to get a little screen action? That's a pass. Yes. There we go. This is the Colin Sexton I need to see every night. This is Colin Sexton, I need to see every night. Driving, being decisive, directing traffic, and making the right pass. It's okay to shoot your shot every now and then. You know what I'm saying? A great contest by Kelly Olynyk, by the way. He's really getting into it right now. I love it. Screen out, yes sir. That's a great recovery. I'm not gonna lie, that's a great recovery. Good screen out, but better recovery. It's a good thing they didn't call a foul right there because they really could have gave him that and one, even though it would have been a tic tac. Yeah, they definitely could have given it to him. Up 30, 3 minutes left. Trying to direct traffic right here. Colin trying to get Keontae involved. Oh no, they don't know what he's trying to say. Tip. Yes, sir. We'll live with it. We'll live with it. I thought I saw the vision. I didn't see the vision. I was wrong, but it still worked out. So we don't care, right? You know what I'm saying? I respect the take. Good contest at the rim. Better finish by Marcus Smart. That's what it comes down to. You said I think Paulo would be better in a couple seasons, but this year Wagner is that guy. Yeah, definitely agree. Colin Sexton from the corner, give it to him. Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about. That's efficient offense. I bought this old jersey because I saw the vision. He's finally seeing it. Good D right here. Colin's on Triple J. I haven't seen this matchup very much tonight. See, Colin Sexton, great recovery, getting his hands in the cookie jar. We'll live with that. That's just a good take. You can take a tough bucket. That's acceptable. Any situation where you have Triple J sitting there posting up on John Collins and you can have your guard effectively help without getting beat off a potential exit pass, that's comfortable. Kelly Olynyk from the corner again. Give it to him again. Y'all haven't learned your lesson? Another one. You haven't learned your lesson yet? Another one. We'll do you just like the Suns did us. Just like the Suns did us. What are we talking about? Let's go ahead and get Ochai. Let's go get Ochai some minutes. You know what I'm saying? Everybody like his sub. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think it's my loyal. Y'all my loyals. Y'all all in here. Kelly Olynyk on back to back from that same spot. If they're gonna keep giving him that shot, he's gonna keep hitting that shot because he can't shoot. And Jaren Jackson Jr. is going to continue to do the best contest he can, but the recovery is just not fast enough. Kelly Olynyk is feeling it. It looked like Shaggy from Scooby Doo, but it's okay. Game summary, 59%. So our field goal percentage has dropped a bit. That's okay. 31% for the Grizzlies, 9 of 41 for them from three, 18 for 32 for the Jazz. Lowry's a little sad on the bench. He wants to be in the game. I can see it. 27 boards for them, 37 for us. We'd like those boards to go a little bit more our way because in the first half they looked a lot better. Let's see. Let me. I low-key skipped way past down this chat. He said this is an NBA channel. Nothing NBA is off topic in my opinion. Agreed, Lee, because I was just an NBA guy just to begin with, and then I've started loving on the fan. Started loving on the Jazz because the Jazz started loving on me. Let's see. Want him to succeed so bad it hurts, literally. Tate, you said just join in briefly. Say hi. What's up? Oh yeah, Tate, you said you get to your car's like 10 minutes. It'll take you 10 minutes from the arena after the game ends to get to your car. Yes, sir. Hey, Dayton. Even though he can't hear me. If he watches the VOD, he'll see it. Nice stop. Lowry back on the court. Yes, sir. Get him aboard. All right, nothing too hard. Let's go ahead and get Keontae a little bit of action. Ooh, that's a good strip. Walker, come on, Walker. Keep fighting. It's okay. Effort. Kenny Lofton on Colin Sexton. Sexton, that's a matchup that he faces every day because he'll. Tipping is crazy. All right, Lee. Tell him we said goodnight. Lee. W father. Kenny Lofton Jr. I respect the shot making. You have to, because he's a very interesting build guy. He's like Zion Williamson with no athleticism and a little bit more of a not athlete, not basketball build. He's got that D lineman build. That's okay. I would love to see Keontae hit him over the top. Sexton, that's not a great three, buddy. That's not a great three. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not mad at you because you've played very good. Don't foul. Don't foul. Easy. All right. Let's slow it down. We're not gonna let them get 80. We're not gonna let them get 80. 0 field goals the last 5 seconds. I don't think they meant to pull up that graphic. All right. Nice. Colin going to the rim, flexing on him afterwards. Big dog type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Big dog type stuff. Yes, sir. All right. Good switch on that pick and roll. Just a great three. Just a great three. You can't be mad at that. Lowry crossing the half court line for 3. Hey, heat check was unnecessary. I'm not gonna lie, but I love the confidence to take it. At the end of the day, 25 points up going into the fourth quarter, that's comfortable. Because getting outscored 25 points in the fourth quarter is absolutely insane, and it should never happen. That being said, I feel like if we empty the bench and just let everybody get burned right now, they're probably going to keep their starters in because they're going to see it as disrespect, and they're going to try and come back. Stagger minutes. I say stagger minutes. If Lowry hasn't played 30 yet, go ahead and get him a couple. Go ahead and get him a couple, just so he can get up to that mark and go from there. Let me see here. The interaction between Colin and Marcus, yes, sir. But the passing has really been good today. I'm glad we play on the Grizzlies on the road for our tournament game. Yep. Lowry just needs one more rebound for another double-double. Just got it. Yep. Gotta get my son ready for bed. Yep. I told him to say night. Yes, sir. He said night. I've always wondered what I would look like on an NBA court. Seeing Gilliard play show me that. Yo, Dink, you're a fool, man. Man, look. Lowry's still hungry? Yes. Yep. And that's what you want. The one thing I can say about Lowry is he came in the limit minutes that he played in that first half. He came out shooting. Like he shot like not only did he know he was the best player on his team, but he felt like he was the best player on the court at all times. And so he was flexing it the entire time, shooting threes that really only true pure 3-point shooters take. And he was taking them with complete confidence. There was no fear in his heart. And to his credit, he hit most of them. So not surprising. And he's got 17 and 10 right now. Obviously didn't make too many insane passes. He was willing to pass the ball every now and then, but today he's been that sniper guy, and I appreciate that. Taylor Horton Tucker with 9 points, 3 boards, and 6 assists. Kelly Olynyk with 11, 7, and 6. Colin has 21, 3, and 4. So Colin Sexton is actually the leading scorer for the teams. And a lot of it has come off of the catch. Like, it hasn't been him doing crazy damage just over dribbling or just dribbling in general. Like, I think he's hit like probably 4 field goals dribbling, maybe. He said, dude is legit 5'8", Dink. Yes. Let me see. Go ahead and let Colin Sexton get a little chill in there. Got Kelly Olynyk on the bench. So who's the 5? THT, Kessler, Ochai, Markkanen, and Keontae. Keontae was not ready for a pass right there. I'm not gonna lie. Got hit in the face though, so bail out. This is definitely one of the best games we could ever hope to see. Let's see here. Yeah, he came through and came right through and poked him. It's great that it wasn't directly on the eyeball. Just you got to make that pass. That's the thing about THT that irritates me sometimes, because he doesn't make the pass as soon as it's there. He needs to make that pass as soon as somebody comes open, throw it. Even if you miss it, Even if they get the ball and they can't go up and they can't finish the play, give them the opportunity to make the play. And I feel like that's his timing just needs a little bit of work. And that comes down to team chemistry. So I feel like probably like 10 more games into the season, when you get around the 15 game mark, that's a mistake he doesn't make as much. Now, if we get closer to the trade deadline and he still does, I'm just going to consider that's who he is going to be as a player for them. There we go. Good hit. All right. Good switch right there. Ochai stepping out. Ochai staying. Good D. Good D. Good D. Hands up. We'll live with that as long as you make them work. That's the thing. You just got to make them work. THC crossing half. 105, 81, up 26 points. Swing it to Lowry. Lowry back to George. Somebody give George a screen. Let him cook. I want to see some on-ball movement. Because right now he's playing like a lot of off-guard action. There's not a lot of movement right now. That's a crazy three from THT. There's no reason for him to take that whatsoever. I'm not going to lie. Like, I could have lived without that. Colin Sexton could have shot that three, and I would have said the same thing, to be fair. What happened? Oh, they called it on Kenny Lofton. Fair. Fair. THG crossing up 26 with 10.5 to go. We got to get Ochai a catch and shoot. Lowry, go to corner. Yup. Come on, give it to him. That's a shot Keontae's going to have to make. But I can live with that. I can live with that miss. He'll just have to make it next time. There's been stellar rotations in this defense right here. Yep. We can afford to help that. We can afford to help. Hop through. Get the board. Yep. There we go. All right. Whoa. That's insane. I need to see this again because I thought that pass was too high, and he just came in and yeah. Great job breaking this fall though. Great job breaking this fall. But realistically, that pass was just slightly out of reach. So who was that? Whitmore? Oh no, it was Williams. If smart play was for him just to not get under the rim right there, if I'm being honest. But outside of that, everything was solid. Everything was real solid. Ochai for three. Give it to him. There we go. Nice, Ochai. The assist from your future running mate in the backcourt. Yes, sir. Board. Yup. Kelly Olynyk ducking to stay out of his way. HT, that's all for you, buddy. I don't think he's gonna give that to you, buddy. He's not gonna give it to you. Be polite. The refs have been nice to us all night. Let's not get bunched up. It's my God, Gordon. Like, yeah. Yep. Yeah. That's something you always got to be careful with. For three? Is he like that? No? Okay. That wasn't a bad miss, though, so maybe he can hit those. Kick. I wish you held on to that board. He thought he could tap that back in. Hands up. Don't foul. He fouled. That's 5. That's 5 on Lowry. So it makes me sick thinking about his injury. I wish Hayward never got injured. Would have been fun to see. Definitely would have been interesting. Most definitely. I wonder what Will's talking to him about. He said, Mr. Ruff, I need some clarification. How old is Will Hardy? He cannot be that old. Like he has a lot of Brad Stevens to his look. Like when Brad Stevens first started coaching, he's like 34. Makes sense. Makes sense. I wish I could be a head coach like that. No, I don't. I'll be an assistant though. Let me get associate head coach. I got you. Keontae back to THT. THT screen from Kessler. No, excuse me, Lowry. Lowry finish. Nice pass. Let's get back on defense. No complaining. We're not a chit chat team. Talk about it. Talk about it. Rotate back. Board. Yep. Let's go THT. Show me something. Nice pass. Oh, that's a good pass by THT. Ochai just has to be ready for it and make that play. That's what I was talking about. That's what we need from him. Being assistant head coach would be so much pressure. Yeah. Exactly. Same thing. It's like head coach, it could be fun, but at the same time, you would have to have great assistant coaches that believe in you entirely. Kind of to create like an echo chamber where it's like they're not necessarily telling you you're always right, but they're enforcing you. So when you make a mistake, they're not like, oh, coach really don't know what he's doing. Like, no, they back you 110% for sure. Kenny Lofton on John Collins putting in that work. That's a good take. He left his feet. He got taught a lesson. It hurt though. I know it hurt. He's in there. He probably got hit in the mouth. But that's definitely one of Martin's things. Mrs. Adams passing with his defense trade makes so much sense. Who says no? Marcus Smart for THT, Kelly Olynyk, and a first Laker pick the Jazz own. Realistically, that's not terrible. But I love Kelly Olynyk a lot. Like Kelly Olynyk makes a lot of the ugly games not so ugly. Because the guards, we don't since this passing that everybody's being willing to do right now isn't normal for the Jazz, I think Kelly's still super essential to this team. If the other guys passing the ball was more effective, then it will be more debatable. I think. But for me, if you're putting THT and Kelly Olynyk, if you think Kelly Olynyk's going to re-sign at the end of the year, then you really don't need to throw in that pick. Low key. Yeah. Smart does have a toxic contract. Low key. Low key. Yeah. Yeah, I see. I definitely see what you're saying. At this moment though, I would just hesitate on that. That would be closer to a trade deadline thing where I make a decision depending on how the roster's looking and how everybody's playing in particular. Because I like what Marcus Smart brings to the game, but I also think Colin Sexton does a lot of the same things well, but I feel like he shoots better on a regular basis. 7.5 minutes left, up 25. Let's be careful now. Let's be careful. We don't need to rush anything. He said THC. He does help teams win. That is true. He does bring that mentality. Here's Chris Dunn. I'm not gonna lie. This is one of those games where I would have liked to see Chris Dunn play a little bit more earlier, just because I know he needs the opportunity to get himself hot, and he hasn't really had that opportunity. Got to make that's as simple as it goes. Because I don't want Chris Dunn to be the guy that gets left out of the rotation because now Jordan Clarkson's playing well. Ochai has his role carved out for him. Wow, that was a crazy 3 to take. Dunn should not play at all, not necessary. The thing is, Chris Dunn without a doubt plays the best isolation defense out of the guards, and in his own situation, he makes the best communicative skills. Now, lately, we've seen a step up from the other guards, but defensively, Dunn is that guy. I personally see him as the better overall from a strict point guard. Like if you're going, and that right there, he's a willing giver. He's a willing giver. And every time him and Keontae are on the court together, Keontae just seems like not necessarily happier. It's not just that. He seems more confident and comfortable just moving and doing things. You said Ochai was supposed to play a lot of minutes and getting left out because too many guards, Jazz doing him a disservice. The thing about Ochai as well, he has a very niche role. He is a 3-and-D player. So there's certain situations where he becomes very effective, and there's other times when you can, if Jordan Clarkson's hitting really well, you can do without because you're going to have Colin Sexton coming off the bench. Now, the issue starting out the season was that Colin Sexton and Jordan Clarkson and THT were ineffective. You said, I'm a little upset we haven't pulled the starters. I'll bite. Yeah. But this is also one of those games because the identity of the team hasn't been solidified. Them getting positive reps in like this is also going to be a very important thing, I would argue. Oh, what's up, Melvin? Yeah. I would say the starters do need to be pulled. I'm glad. I don't like that Lowry's in foul trouble. Let me not say that. But I'm glad that did end up eventually putting him on the bench because a healthy Lowry makes a winning Jazz team, just like a bunch of other healthy players can contribute to it. But Lowry is the heart and soul of the team. So having him, if you can sit him on the bench and win games, do it. But also let him get his shot attempts up first. You know what I'm saying? A lot of rookies in this draft playing well this game. Great draft. True. We need to have the chemistry built up and need the cohesion. So I'm glad we're getting real game time reps. True. Yeah. Should have pulled him at the quarter. Fontecchio is trash, but he's good enough to hold on to a 30-point lead. Let me say, Fontecchio, the last time he played, he wasn't terrible. He wasn't terrible. I guess just because I'm not as familiar with him with his lowlights as you are, I don't cook on him too hard. I'll say that. Now I do see his limitations, and if given to me, he's one of those guys. He's a very niche type player. You can't play him in place of everybody. That's just not going to work. That's a very bad idea. So I definitely see why he can't always sit on the court. But yeah, he looks the part of more of an overseas type player. So in, like Dink said, FIBA games, he's just more prone to play well, in my opinion. And the numbers do back that up. That Chris Dunn lobbed to Keontae George. See, Keontae knew he was getting it back. He's happy. I love that. I can't express how much I love that. And I think that's the biggest thing, that Dunn needs to play most of his minutes alongside Keontae. Dunn and Keontae together, Keontae does a lot better. Keontae develops faster. Keontae can start the games, and Keontae can be your franchise point guard. Not to say that Chris Dunn is an ends to a mean, because I love Chris Dunn, but I also love Colin Sexton and quite a few of the other guys. Catch and shoot 3 off of Kenny Lofton pin down? Ew, that's nasty, but Kenny Lofton going to give you some space. Ooh, be careful. Keontae, nice. Hesitation. Bad pass. Omer, you're at 7 is not. If that was John Collins, definitely great pass. Charge? Yes, sir. Yep, that's the one thing about Kenny Lofton Jr. Big boy. Kelly did get there first, and he did plant his feet. I'll give him that. Took it like a champ. Let me see. Keontae pretty much took Chris Dunn minutes for real. Low key. But I like seeing them play together. Keontae, come on. Let's be smart. Like and test, nothing crazy. It's all right. 22. Let's keep it at arm's reach. Let's not give them the opportunity to stick in this one. They don't need that. Interesting. Having Keontae run the point instead of Dunn. That's different. Got to hit it. If you're going to take it, you got to hit it. There we go. Like I said in the corner when he got that great pass from, was it Lowry, who actually tried to get himself his second assist of the game? He didn't hit the shot that time, but he hit it the next time. We'll take it. You said you were right. Sexton has turned into a corner and playing well the last 2 games. Yep, especially this one. Leading scorer right now. Probably will finish the game as a leading scorer. Good D by Olynyk. A whole lot of hustle out here. Come on, let me see something. Oh, travel. When in doubt, throw a go-ahead pass. When in doubt, throw a go-ahead pass. Or just take a travel. I'm not going to lie. Anything's better than letting the other team get a second chance opportunity. Or excuse me, let them get points off a turnover. Don't want to do that. You said Dunn and Keontae should start. Hell, Dunn and Sexton too. You could really run a lot of things. THT also played fairly well in this one, so I'm not going to rag on him too much. If Colin Sexton is happy where he is right now with his role, keep Colin Sexton in his role. Because if Colin Sexton's comfortable, we're seeing it right now. He can give you 20 points efficiently. You got to hit that float. Come on, Omer. You're better than that. Don't let people sit there and say, this is why you sit on the bench. That's a terrible thing. Chris Dunn, hustle board. Yep. He said, I need my numbers. And I'm only playing 10 minutes today. For 3. He hasn't been hitting his 3s lately. There you go. He needed that one for his numbers. Good. Go ahead, Chris. Let's close this one out. Chris Dunn is also a closer for games, for tight games. Side note. That's a foul. Over the back. Good hustle, but over the back. You said Lofton's so skilled but so fat, loses 100 pounds, he'd make a lot of money. Yeah, he's an interesting guy because you question, would his skills, would he be such an individual player if he lost the weight, though? Because he does a lot of things that other guys do, but because he's so heavy and can do it, that makes him a more valuable player, I would say. But I think he could stand to lose, cool 15, 20, maybe 30. I don't remember off the top of my head how heavy he is, but just off the look of it, definitely he could lose 20. Just get him a little bit extra speed. What's up, Thor? Bro, what's your name? I forgot it. I told myself I was gonna remember it. Can you drop it in the chat for me one more time? I'm sorry. I'm trying to remember everybody's, and I forgot yours, and you told me last stream. Let me know. Sexton about to sub. He did so, man. Personally, maybe they're just trying stuff right now. Maybe they're just trying stuff. I'm willing to say that. Maybe they're just trying stuff right now. I don't think Colin needs to be on the floor, though. Low key. Golly, come on, guys. You're the reserves. Gotta finish that. I remember watching Omer back when he was at NC State. The way I used to defend that man when he had 2 left feet is crazy. And now look at me, rooting for him again. I would have said, personally, leave Keontae out there. Leave Keontae out there. Because Colin has played 18 minutes up to this point in the game. If these numbers are accurate. I need to reload this page just to make sure I'm not tripping. Just to make sure I'm giving accurate, functional information. Yeah, he had played 18. He had 21 points in only 17 minutes. So if he can light it up in limited time. You don't need to give him crazy minutes, and he'll give you numbers. 21 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists. Easy. That's the Colin Sexton I know. Omer 7 misses that one. Get back on defense. Plus, right now, it's just like rotation for rotation. Colin Sexton spearheading this one. Ooh, can't leave your feet like that, Chris. Can't leave your feet like that. Of all people, you can't leave your feet like that. You know better. Ochai getting a little bit of burn. To Yurt to Colin. Colin swinging back to Ochai. Oh. Fair. Excuse me. My indiscretion. Silly goose. The silly goose that I am. I'm not mad at it. Let me see here. Let me get back to these. Yes, sir. Finn, how's it going, gang? Hey, the game was everybody had, I'm not going to say everybody, but just about everybody that touched the court today got some quality minutes. Appreciate you checking in, man. Let me see. Jazz are starting THT to put him on display for a trade deadline. Seriously, it it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. Now he's been okay. 9 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists. This game wasn't as good as last game, but I can live with it for now. Just because, but everybody else has to do their job. Jordan Clarkson gave you 20 points in 26 minutes, 20.6 boards, 5 assists. All arounders, guys. Keontae George, 12 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists. Fontecchio. Excuse me. He said, Coach, I need some minutes. He said, I don't belong on the end of the bench. Play me, please. I beg you. Kenny Lofton working on Yurt. Yo, he's putting Yurt in. He's putting the work on Yurt. Goodness. Hold on, Chris Dunn. All right, let me look at what y'all was saying. Dink said Lowry's the type of guy to get a lot of assists, but he isn't selfish. No, by no stretch of the imagination is he selfish. He has a lot of hockey passes that don't get credit for anything. Yeah, very true, very true, very true. And he's also extremely efficient. So you can't knock a guy for taking a certain shot if he can hit that shot. Shooting close to 40% for three, everybody can't do that. As a 7-footer, as anybody above 6'5", 6'6", not everybody can do that. It becomes an anomaly once you get closer to 7 foot, and he is 7 foot. So he gets to do what he wants. Plus, when he plays well, the team plays well. When he plays bad, the team struggles. End of story. Open and shut case. You're right. You said, Dell said, Sexton and the Jazz, more willing passers today. Nice to see. Yes, this is the Colin Sexton that I know. This is who I know Colin Sexton should be on a nightly basis. This is who he is. He can give you shots off the catch from 3-point range. He can drive, stop on a dime, or get airborne and make the right decision instead of always going up with it or flailing and throwing the ball out of bounds. This is the Colin Sexton that I expected to see. I'm just glad, he picked today to show it because the Grizzlies are really in. They need a win because if they don't, 25 games of this, they're 20% done with Ja's suspension. They got a whole 20 games left after this. And you mean to tell me they're going to keep getting spanked? It's crazy. But, we'll see them again. And we'll do it again. And we'll do it the third time because I believe we play him 3 times. I think all 3 times we play him this season are before Ja comes back, which is great for us. We'll steal all 3 of those. We'll take them all. Christian, thank you. I'm going to remember it. Yes, because I related yours to Lee's last name, even though they're not spelled the same. Let me get it. Thor is not a Christian god. I'm gonna remember. I'm gonna figure some way to mentally link it. I'm gonna get you. Lofton weight was 300 pounds going into training camp. Goodness gracious. Most surprising thing to me this season, how far John Collins has fit in. The thing was, I knew John Collins was going to fit in. One of my first videos ever was about the John Collins trade. And I think I called it like more than a salary cap filler. It's literally one of my first videos I ever made on my channel. Like it was, my original thumbnail was disgusting and everything. But I loved Colin Sexton's play style and the fact that he's not a selfish player. He's not necessarily going to be an extreme passer, but he is going to make the extra pass when it's there. He's a quick decision maker. And when his hand wasn't messed up, he was hitting his threes. So, I mean, there was a lot to like about the guy. He rebounds well. He gives a lot of effort on both sides of the ball, even when he's not shooting well or he's not getting touches on offense. He's not just going to quit on you on defense. So I knew off rip he was at the very least going to play well with Lowry. The question for me was going to be, can him and Walker coexist? Because in order for them to coexist, he has to hit his threes. And he's hitting his threes right now. So they can coexist. Fontecchio back to Sexton to Fontecchio. Come on, make it easy. Pass it to Ochai. Let's get somebody else involved. I'm not mad at it. Colin Sexton said, I'm going to give me one more before I get set on the bench. Let me see. You said, and Kelly Olynyk is awesome. I just like him a lot. Yeah, man. Kelly Olynyk's been doing his job. He's been doing his thing today. quietly too, real quiet. He has 14 actually now. 14, 8, and 5. That's a lovely stat line right there. Yes, sir. Hit that like button, family. Lee, you said Sexton just needed some time to get some good reps in. I believe in him again. And he's my hero. Yo, Colin Sexton is a great guy, man. Good, good poke right there by Dunn. Enjoy watching the games with you. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, Mac. I'm probably hang out for like an hour post game. Probably give it an hour. Because by the time this one finishes up right now, we got 2 minutes left of game time. So it's probably like, well, this is a blowout, so it's probably gonna go by pretty quickly. So it'll probably be like 11:35 over here on the East Coast by the time it ends. So yeah, I got an extra hour. Mm-hmm. What's going on here? Great communication skills. Most definitely. I try to get everybody involved. You know what I'm saying, Dell? Try to get everybody involved, man. Plus, it's just more fun to chat with people during the game. I don't know about you guys. I think so. Once I finish this stream, I have to change my thumbnail. 127, 101, up 26 points. Not mad at it. Not mad at it. Walker. Yes, sir. All right, so tomorrow, Orlando, I'll be live for the Orlando game against Minnesota. Against Minnesota, I won't be because I have work, unfortunately. Chicago, I'll be live for that one. Indiana, I'll be live for that one. And then the next game against Memphis, I won't be. I might be low key. Hold on, I might be because I think I'm taking that Saturday off. I think I had enough in the bank to save that. Gotta hit that one. Gotta hit that one. You're my lovely sophomore. We need those. We love cookies. Give them them. We'll take them all. Done running point. Dunn said, let me get something, please. Dunn said, I'm leaving here with something. Man, look. You said, what happened, Lee? I can't read that last word because my heart's in the way. I can't move it. Oh, I got my what's it called? The content creator, the cup of coffee thing. Except mine alerts me. It says somebody bought you a basketball. Because Tatum was actually the first guy to do it. Because when I told him I had it set up, it wasn't, I guess, completely all the way good to go. And then he did it. I'm trying to see what it's called. Tatum, you still in here? No, he's still at the game. Well, that goofy moment for me. Haha. It should be linked to the videos. Let me see something. I'm trying to find the link so I can tell you the link. It should be like, I'll tell you right now. Cup of coffee. You said Will Hardy knows how to get his players out of their slumps. First it was Walker, now it's Colin Sexton. Don't forget Clarkson too, because he believed in him to get out of that one, and he was struggling at first. I'll even give him THT a little bit. Let me see. Cup of coffee. buymeacupofcoffee.com/Wraith Hoops. Is that mine? Okay, I'm about to type my thing down here. Coffee. Slash Wraith. Oh, you found it? Oh, well, perfect timing. Yeah, it took me a second. I'm not going to say I'm technologically challenged, but I have my moments where I'm just staring at a screen looking like a goofball. I don't have time to stay any longer. Appreciate you, man. I'll see you, Finn. See you tomorrow, hopefully. Tomorrow night. Same time. I meant to ask him what time it is over there. Because with him being in Europe, because I know India is literally like split the exact opposite hour as me. Like it's a 12-hour difference. Outside of that, I'm not 100% sure. Colin Sexton with that wild finish. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Wish Walker did a little bit better today, though. Yeah, Christian. Loki. He wasn't bad. I'll say that he wasn't bad, but he had 4 and 4. Honestly, it felt like he had more rebounds than that. Maybe I'm crazy. I appreciate you, Lee. Maybe it's a little crazy of me to say that. Yeah. I don't know. I thought he had like Loki thought he had like 7 and 8. 7 points, 8 boards. That's what I thought he had. But I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all. I'm trying to see everybody's stats together. Here we go. So we had Homer year at 7, 3 points, 3 boards. Fontecchio, 5 points, 1 board, 3 assists. No, never mind. That was Chris Dunn. Fontecchio had 5 points and a board. Ochai had 6, 3 and 1 in 17 minutes. Colin had 24, 3 and 6 in 22 minutes. Where am I? Keontae had 9, 1 and 3 in 23 minutes. Kelly Olynyk 14, 8 and 5. Taylor Horton Tucker 9, 5 and 7. I just need to look at these percentages, but overall, solid play from everybody. I would have liked Lowry to have gotten himself one more bucket just so he crossed the 20-point threshold. But outside of that, good solid minutes from everybody. Jordan Clarkson 20 points on 8 of 13 shooting, 4 of 6 from 3, 5 assists, 2 steals. Good numbers. That's good burn. Dang, Lee. You bought 5 basketballs? Excuse me. I'm trying to get like Lee. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Let me see. It's nice to see we needed a game like this. Like the last game was solid. It was a loss, but it was a solid game nevertheless. Because playing against the Denver Nuggets, that's not something you expect to win. They're returning all their starters. People are saying, "Oh, their bench is going to be such a massive problem." But Jokic is similar to LeBron in the fact that he can make the most of the players that are around him. He can turn them into niche players and utilize what they're best at the way that he needs to. So their bench wasn't going to be a problem like that. The other fact that we held strong like that was shout out to everybody that played in the game because they got the job done. Couldn't win, but they got the job done in the fact that they kept it competitive the entire way through. There was points through every quarter that you thought that the Utah Jazz could have won that one. Coming into this one, you're facing off against the 0-4 Grizzlies team they feel like they probably need a win. Not they probably do. They know they need a win. They've gone through too much to not get a win. Get fast forward to this part, and right out the gate, you have Lowry Markkinen hitting his shots. You have Jordan Clarkson deciding that today's going to be the day that he hits his as well. And then you have Colin Sexton getting subbed into the game, and he says, hold my towel. I'm going to get mine too. And so he joined in on the fun. And so he finished the game with team high 26 points to go along with 6 assists. So he was the second leading assister, actually, behind Taylor Norton Tucker. And then behind them was Jordan Clarkson and Kelly Olynyk, both with 5. So overall, just solid game, man. Just solid all around. I appreciate you, Lee. I had to say that again. Because the first person was, and I have to shout him out. I'm gonna shout him out when he hops in the chat again. Was Tayton. When Tayton did it, because he did it at literally like 10:53 in the morning. Like I had literally just set it up properly, and then like 20 minutes later, I got an alert and it was from him. And I was like, bro, what? Who sent something? I was like, hey, yo, you're different, bro. He was different. Now, that being said, let's go ahead and focus on the game and the matter at hand. Christian, you said, I don't think he played bad. I just think he could have done a bit better finishing and rebounding. Yes, his finishing was the biggest question mark for me because there was probably three shots at the rim. There was a reverse lay. There was one he caught an entry pass and he just didn't convert it. And there was another one, I think, off a board. All 3 of those, I definitely wanted to see him hit and he didn't hit. And I found that kind of perturbing just because he's not going to get a lot of those opportunities when we have nights like this. It's going to be a lot of him cleaning up the glass kind of situation because if you have, Jordan Clarkson hitting his shots. You have Colin Sexton hitting his shots. You have, let me see. You have Lowry hitting his shots. You have John Collins hitting his shots. For Walker Kessler, his shots are going to come at the rim. He's not yet comfortable enough to get the ball in the corner or on the wing and immediately go into a shooting motion and hit that one. You see Lowry do it all the time. So I expect by seasons then we're going to see it become more of a normal part of his game. Because if Lowry can do it like that, and that's your teammate, that's your leader, Lowry is, in my eyes, a true leader. So he's going to get his teammates as close to his level as possible. You said, yo, W game, 1,000%. You already know, Tyson. You already know. Man, look. Derek said, well. He said, sorry, my son stole my phone. Nah, he's good. He's good. Gotta love this Keontae George guy, huh? Yeah, for sure. Especially when his confidence is through the roof. Ooh, let me go in and dang, not my flash. Let me see a picture of that. Talk about it real quick. All right, so final stats. You said, there we go. There's Tayton. I was just talking about how you were the first guy to buy me a basketball, Tayton. Yeah, because Lee was asking about the link, and I had to find the link. Had to shout you out. Dude has that killer in him. Just needs to know when to use it. Yeah, and he's definitely finding his way. Clarkson's struggles weren't real. He had a great game. I would say they were. Is real the word I want to use? They were genuine. They were authentic. I'll say that. They were authentic. Now, bro, I'm about in the same boat as you. I'm not gonna lie. Clarkson's issues were authentic, but the thing about him is he's been in the league long enough. Obviously, he's not the oldest player on this roster, I don't think, but he's pretty close to it. He's 31 now. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he's 31. Basically, he's had a long time to make mistakes and improve from those mistakes, and that's why he's still in the league, because when he makes mistakes, he gets better from them. So it took him a little minute, it took him a couple of games, but he got back right. And the reason why I couldn't completely back off of him, and I had to either give him the benefit, I had to always give him the benefit of the doubt, was the fact that he hit that game. He hit the shot to put us ahead against Paul George. like on Paul George, right over him. And then he went down on the other end. And I didn't even realize he was the one that was guarding Kawhi Leonard until the next day. I was rewatching the sequence. And for him to take that assignment willingly and actually body Kawhi up and make that shot difficult, that made me give him the benefit of the doubt. I had to at that point because you're giving effort on my side of the ball. I love defense. I love a good rotation. I love communication. I love all that. Dang, Colin Sexton, 23 points. Sorry to go on a side note. Colin Sexton, 23 points, 8 of 10 from the field, 4 of 6 from 3, just like Jordan Clarkson, along with 6 assists. That's the Colin Sexton I know. That's my guy. That's the young bull. That's the man whose jersey I bought. I need to get a Utah one. I'm probably gonna get a Lowry one as well. And then what I'm gonna probably do is this couch area right here. I do have a couple more of these lights, and I'll probably put the jerseys over the lights, so maybe they'll shine through the jerseys. I'm not really sure, but then I'll probably do like a more wide range view, get a little bit more of a set design going. If that makes sense. Let's see. It's at Marketing 2026 MVP. You heard it here first. Realistically, I was about to say something crazy and say he could win the 3-point competition at All-Star break, but then I remember Steph Curry still in the league. And shooting doesn't disappear when you get older. That being said, definitely validated the fact that he's an All-Star. I call him a perennial All-Star, even though he hasn't been yet. He's gonna be this season, in fact. He said, live against Cedar City, Utah, Mitchell Reese. What's up, Mitchell? You best be. Is that your first time commenting in the section? Maybe you changed your username and I don't recognize because I feel like your profile picture is very memorable, actually. You said Tyson said Clarkson's either a flame on or flame off. I love him though. Yeah. Said he was flame on though, so we really love him. Sexton continues to ball. You think he should start eventually or keep playing off the bench? This is the thing about Colin Sexton. He's good with continuity. If it works, if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of thing. Where if he's comfortable and he says, if you give me my minutes and I get my shot attempts off the bench, play me off the bench. I want to win, coach. If it can make us win, do what you got to do. He is that type of player. He's not going to be the guy where he's like, I have to start. Otherwise, why am I on this team? I'm going to leave somewhere and get paid less money, but they're going to let me start. He's not going to be one of those guys, or he's not going to force a trade or be disgruntled. I think that instead of THT, though, I would much rather have Keontae George or probably even more than that, Chris Dunn starting, because then you can play Keontae off alongside Chris Dunn and build up Keontae's confidence and just his sense. Because the thing about Keontae, he has the package. He just needs to refine the metal so that he can be a decisive blade. And I think Chris Dunn is the perfect person that he not only plays well with, but even on defense, when he gets caught in poor situations, Chris Dunn can audibly correct him and he takes kindly to it. Because that's another thing. As a young player, not everybody just listens to the veteran because they're a veteran. A lot of guys, you got to show me why I'm going to listen to you. That's why it's so important that, like, with the Heat, when they had Udonis Haslem there for 300,000 years, the fact that the players respected him, because if nobody respected Udonis Haslem, you're not going to keep Unk on the team like that. They kept him there because he was a culture piece and everybody respected what he said. And he always had knowledge to impart on people. I think Chris Dunn can be that same guy for Keontae George and also put him into a position where he can go head to head with some of the greatest in the game in the league right now with very little difficulty. Let me see. He said, Jordan, is that your first comment, Jordan? Jordan Whitehead? Yes, X continues the ball. I hope I answered that for you. Sorry, I went on a little bit of a tangent. Lee said, I want the Cavs, Sexton, Lowry, and my guy Spider, and a Jazz, Sexton, and Lowry. I feel you. Chef Curry winning it without a doubt. It was good that one year when Steph and Clay were the final two and they were going back and forth. I love that one. Commented about braids a couple video ago. Yes, you did. And you were like, is this okay? And then somebody was like, I don't know if that's a great question to be asking right here. And I answered it anyways. Yes. Okay. Yeah. I remember now. Sexton was nice, makes me happy. Yep. Love a good game. Love a good game anytime you can get it. Should make a video previewing the in-season tournament games, like particularly Jazz for a bit, maybe like a whole group. I don't know. Just an idea. No, you're good. You're good, Tatum. Talk to me more about it, actually. Expand on that idea because I like it. I'm actually still trying to understand the oh, we were 51% from the three-point line, 22 or 43. Side note, sorry. Um, but yeah, expand on that a little bit because I did want to cover the in-season tournament, but I don't completely understand the details just because I haven't gone out of my way like I should have and done my due diligence to pay attention and focus in on that. But I actually don't hate all the courts like everybody seems to, and I think it could be a very interesting dynamic that gets added to the season. And depending on how this first year goes, it could be here to say it could be, they could get it gone. Um, but that being said, you said also sorry for the typos for the next 40 minutes as I'm driving and using my voice feature. No problem, bro. No problem. No problem. Yeah, like Tyson said, be safe, please. Drive safe. Need you home. I did like that Keontae came in earlier this game in the first. Yes, I would agree with you on that one. Most definitely. How are you watching the games? I actually got is this Team Pass or League Pass? I ended up getting one of the two. So I have you guys connected to a MacBook, and then I have my actual gaming PC that I used to record off of way back when I used to do my videos like 3 months ago, back when I was doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday uploads. And I was recording, and you saw like the couch area in the background. I have that PC actually hooked dual monitor style, but I have the other monitor connected to my actual TV screen. So I have the game back here. I just have it muted. So that way I don't end up getting like a strike or something on YouTube for, sharing that stuff. Let me see something real quick. Take a picture of that. I missed it. Dag nabbit. How bad did I miss it? Oh, I missed it. Dang it. It's okay. Let's see. If Keontae would have finished that lob where he landed awkwardly, that would have been insane. Yes, it quite literally. Like I didn't even think he was going to be able to grab that because the pass just looked so out of place, but he still managed to get a palm on it. Feel like a lot of Jazz fans hate THT for some reason. It's another solid performance: 9-7-5, 9-5-7 tonight, and 16-8 against Denver. That 16-8 against Denver specifically was the more impactful because he looked more confident and comfortable doing what he did. Now, this game he still looked comfortable, but obviously he just didn't put up as many points, and he did seem a little bit late on some of the passes that he had. That being said, these past two games have been a stark. Like I can bear these games from THT, but for him to be the guy that won the point guard battle and to start out the season the way that he did was kind of nasty. I think that was the bigger issue. That being said, I do like what we're seeing now. What we're seeing now from him. This is more comfortable to me. Let's see. Derek, is this your first time commenting in the chat, man? I don't remember your name. What's up, Derek? Love the vids, man. Always looking forward to a post game live. Appreciate it. Oh no, so you've been on live before. So maybe I'm forgetting something. I'm forgetting how we met. I'm sorry. Who has disappointed you the most this season? Previous to now, it was low key a bit Jordan Clarkson. But right now, after this game, I'm going Chris Dunn because he hasn't done enough to carve out his minutes, and it's going to be hard for him too. But he also just hasn't shot well in the minutes that he's played, and I'm waiting for him to catch his stride because I do like him on this team. I love him alongside Keontae George, and that's what makes me love him on this particular roster. But because he just hasn't had the opportunity and hasn't like shot well when he's had his minutes, I think that's the part that's hurting him the most specifically. Lee, you said Conley and Steph going at it in 2020, maybe 2019. I don't know. It was fun though. Never hate THT, just don't want him to start. Yeah, that was my feeling. Definitely, Tyson. Olynyk was plus 38 tonight. Nobody else close. That's an insane number, Chris. I'm not gonna lie. That's insane. But it's also believable because all the runs involved him being on the court. So he was right place, right time, but also contributed to them. He's a positive player. And that's why I felt like before the season started, I was like, okay, maybe we might could trade him. If you're going to start Chris Dunn, then you can trade Kelly Olynyk, but they're not going to play Chris Dunn like that right now. It seems like so Kelly Olynyk fits the playmaking deficit that we have from the forwards since Lowry isn't much of a playmaker himself in the sense of like straight pass to assist. We had the conversation about his hockey assists, but pass directly to assist, we don't really get much of that. John Collins, Walker Kessler, they don't have that element nearly as much as Olynyk does. So that's what makes him necessary. I'll give you a quick 20-second. When are you coming out to a Jazz game? Man, when I have some money. I'm not gonna lie, it probably won't be till like February, March time. Cause I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. So I don't know how long a drive that is. I've never been on a plane before, fun fact. So I don't know. Would I take a flight? Flight might be crazy. I've never been on a plane before. I'm a human. I don't fly. Like I dunk a basketball, but I don't fly. I don't know. But maybe. I want to find a way this season. I definitely want to find a way this season somehow. Like if my YouTube channel blows up, not if, when it blows up, if I can make it blow up faster. I'm trying to clear 1,000 subs by December 20th. It'll be my Christmas gift to myself, my New Year's gift. So my first YouTube check hits that that January. And I can like put money towards not working every Saturday and Sunday of the weekend. So where I'm not working 7 days a week. So I can make more in-depth videos. Like I would spend like 8 hours on a Saturday instead of being at work doing security, doing a more specific thing regarding this because I like doing this. I like chatting with y'all. Okay, I'm gonna give you a breakdown. When I get home, trying to use my voice text feature is too long. No, I got you. And I'm not gonna text and drive because I don't want to. Exactly. We don't want you to either. Oh, I just missed somebody's message. Hang on. Zoom up just a little bit. Do you think the Jazz are trying to showcase THT for a trade? I could see it. That was something that made it a little bit interesting. Craze Queen 1, why you retracted your message? That's your first time commenting on live. What's your name, man? Talk to me. I could see them showcasing him for a trade because for me, if Keontae George is the future, that means you're putting somebody in harm's way right now. Not harm's way, but you're throwing somebody in the fire right now to help you win games. But you also just need a placeholder so that somebody else can take the reins later on, being Keontae George. Do you want THT to be that guy? Is he the role model that you want Keontae to follow? No, I personally don't think so. Because while THT does a lot of things well, I don't think he fits entirely the identity that you want for a point guard of this particular roster. He's a very solid player. And when he hits drive, we've seen what he can do. He's already a great isolation defender. He was better in zone today. I have to give him credit for that. And just as of late recently, period. But like outside of that, it's just one of those things where it's like development on the fly. Let me see. But yeah, I could definitely see him trading, like Tyson said. You said, oh, it cut off again. Said I don't want to die, so I'm not gonna text and drive. We don't want you dying either. Yes, sir. Please drive safe. Cannon, what's up, Cannon? You said, are you a Jazz fan? How did you get started covering us? So I am a Jazz fan now. Originally, I paid attention to the Jazz because Larry Markkinen started busting on the scene and Colin Sexton did. I was originally a Colin Sexton fan from back when he was in high school because I was in high school. I graduated a year after him, and he was that guy that I just not that I emulated my game after, but that I just had so much respect for because of the way he played the game. Because he doesn't have the physical tools that everybody else has, but he has that energy. And if he's not going to score, he's going to try and give you 110% on defense. He's going to try and do the Pat Beverly-esque type things, if that makes sense. The Marcus Smart-esque things on defense. He's going to try and do other things to help his team win games, no matter what it costs to him. And sometimes he's gonna look real ugly out there doing it, but he always had the energy about him. So when the Jazz got him, and I found out that they like requested him in the trade, like he had to be part of that package for and they were blowing up the team overall. I was keeping an eye on it just because they blew the team up. Because I used to defend Rudy Gobert's contract. Um at times unnecessarily so, but other people be like, he has no bag. He's the most bagless center in the league. Why does he deserve that much money? There's no reason. I'm like, bro, the defense is like that. He doesn't block every shot. But if you look at the opponent field goal percentage when he's on the court versus when he's off, compared to other bigs in the league, it's a no-brainer. It just makes sense. It just makes sense. But even going from there, watching Lowry burst on the scene, watching Colin Sexton last season when he did play his minutes before he got shut down and everything, I just saw the potential of this roster and I saw that there was growth to be had. And so I kept a keen eye on it. But then this year, as things started going and actually started making my videos in late June, it was either late June or late July. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's one of the two. It was a J month. Um, I had a wide net basketball wise. So it's whatever teams, fans wanted to watch my videos, check it out. I'm a very bare bones guy. Obviously, I don't have a lot of visual edits in my stuff. I need to add more. And once this channel is more successful, I'll probably outsource it to an editor. I did have one guy that was doing it. His name was Sachi, and he's actually in India. The difficult thing with that was because he's in India, his life is the polar opposite of mine. So I'm about to lay down. We're about to lay down. He's getting up in the morning, which was a little problematic. But I would love to get to a point where that's a lot more comfortable for me to do. And what ended up happening was you guys actually picked up on my videos more than any other fan base did. And part of it's because there's just not that many content creators that do videos for you guys specifically. And then on top of that, people outside of your market area don't tend to be Utah Jazz fans. Like you'll meet a Miami Heat fan in North Carolina. You'll meet one in Virginia. You'll meet one in New York sometimes. But you won't really see too many Utah Jazz fans outside of Utah. And that contributed to me getting a lot more people from this fan base in my thing. Combine that with the fact that I already was watching the games and I was invested in them because of somebody that got traded there. And it was just it was a perfect storm in a sense, because then I started posting videos, and since you guys were always watching the videos, the views for my Jazz videos were above everything else. So I just kept funneling into the Jazz content to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm going to post a video every single day. And I started that at the beginning of September. Well, actually, the 30th of August was when I decided that, because I was doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday up those. Once I decided, you know what, I'm going to go full force Jazz content all the way. I'm going to focus in on the team. It's going to be hard to come up with videos sometimes because it's going to be like a week by week kind of update thing, which is going to be a little bit rough. But outside of that, it was just a thing of I like the team. They like the videos I make. And you guys also are very positive when you criticize the things that I do wrong. Or when I make a mistake in the video, you're not going to be like, oh, he averaged 4.8 threes. You haven't been watching the games. Like, you guys don't do that. You'll be like, I think somebody in one video was like, I like the way you frame that, but allow me to compliment it by saying this. And then he wrote like a whole passage. But because of that introductory part, I took no offense to it and what he said. And I actually agree with most of the stuff that he said. And so I pinned his comment to the top of the video because I was like, anything that's adding value to the video, I can be wrong sometimes. Anybody can be wrong sometimes. None of us are omnipotent. We don't know everything, right? And a lot of us have different personalities and different ways of reading the game. So somebody's personality can also help skew your perspective away, but it can also help other people see the game a different way. And so that's why I just enjoy doing it. And like I can do these lives starting at halftime or whatever and just talk to 3 people in the chat and we can have a full-blown conversation like it's 3 guys sitting around a table, like around a lunch table. You know what I'm saying? It's just a vibe. It's just a vibe. And you can't do that with everybody's fan base, because everybody's fan base is like, no, we're going. It's like, no offense to Cowboys fans, but it's kind of like Cowboys fans, how they think every year they're going to do something great and then nothing happens or things start going sideways. Like, no. Next year's the year. It's like, you don't want to hear that all the time. Sometimes you want just something real. You know what I'm saying? And it's real here. But let me see. Dink, you said when you make it this way, let me know we can hit a game. You already know. I gotta make an announcement, I gotta make an announcement. Not with the fans watch a game. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Tyson, you said you live close to the Delta Center. I got to make my way out there at some point. I can't tell you when it's going to be. I don't have a really timetable for it, but I want to set time away to do specifically that. Especially if this is something that takes me away from the regular 9 to 5 grind that I'm accustomed to doing every single day. Let me see. First time in chat, but been watching your videos, man. I feel like you've commented under a couple of the videos. I could be wrong though. Just because you have a green letter icon, it could be throwing me off. But hey, man, I appreciate you, Derek. 100%. Always, man. Always, man. Subscribe. Stay locked into it. And if you have any video ideas, don't be afraid to drop them in the comments because I'm always looking for something else to talk about. He said I'll start making 1,000 accounts. Yo, Monty, you a fool. I appreciate it though, man. I appreciate it. Christian, you said I want to meet up if you ever come out. Oh, for sure. I would definitely make it like because I know that it wouldn't be a thing of like it wouldn't be like a fan thing. It would just be like a family thing, like a bunch of guys. Like you ever, it's hard to explain. Like you ever be on a team or something, and you just like walk in the room, and everybody's just it's just cool vibes with everybody. It's one of those things where it's not like, oh my god, it's him. Like when LeBron James walks into like a kid's playground, like it's LeBron James, it's LeBron James. It's not like that. It's just like, oh, it's my guy. It's my guy. You know what I'm saying? And it's just more fun that way because you can have more casual conversations. Like every time Lee sits there and says that his son grabbed his phone or he's about to lay his son down, I just be like, say goodnight to him or tell him I said hey or whatever. It's like I've never seen Lee's son not once, but I'll tell you right now, that's Lee's son, so I know he's a cool guy. You know what I'm saying? It's just cool stuff like that. Those types of interactions, you treasure those, especially in the beginning now, because you guys are the core audience. There's 13 of y'all in this live right now. In a year, it could be I don't know how many hoops nerd has in his lives. He does like 20 to 30-minute lives at the end of games, and that's it. Shout out to him though. But like his will end up getting like, I think the last one was like he got like 3,700 views across a day and a half. Mine was like at 200. I appreciate the fact that he's another content creator in this particular lane because he does a great job with what he does. He's further along as far as like his set design and stuff like that. So I have to credit him where credit is due. Great guy, great content, all that good stuff. We just have two different type. I would say we have two different approaches to the game and the way that we commentate and just break things down. But he always has an interesting perspective, which you can always appreciate. You don't want to get into a situation where you love your team so much that you ignore everything else. Like, because that way, when something bad happens to your team, you're shell shocked by it. You don't want that sort of thing. It's always nice to hear everybody else's perspectives on it. He said, yes, when it blows up. Not, he said, when it blows up, not if. Yes, sir. You're working hard. Got to. I also feel like Chris Dunn would do a lot better with the starters because last year he was getting basically 10 assists every game. Yes, and I think that was a big adjustment for him to go from starting once you shut down the bigger players in the league and him creating with the bigger guys on the team and him having to create with the lesser guys. He did better because he was expected to be that guy, which is why I consider him to be a closer because you can count on him. You know what he's going to give you every game. And if it's a crunch time situation and you put him on the court, he's not going to make a low IQ play. That's just not in him. Might he miss a shot? Yeah, that's possible. But is he going to make a boneheaded attempt at an assist and out throw somebody or put too much heat on a pass? Not likely to happen from him specifically. And that's why I think Keontae George would also benefit from being on the court with him because from what I've seen and what my expectations are for him as a player. You said Chris would get more assists with the starters. Most definitely. He could give you 10. He could legitimately give you 10. Like if he averaged 8 a night, it would not surprise me at all. And he could do it in less than 30 minutes. Like today's game, nobody played more than 28 minutes. John Collins, Larry Markkinen. Yeah, 28 minutes. Nothing crazy. Everybody was well rested. Some extra guys got some burn. That was good. I wanted Taylor Hendricks to get a couple minutes. He didn't, but that's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. Olynyk has been such a great player for the Jazz. Could see a lot of contenders trying to trade for him. Yes. Definitely agree. His value is definitely through the roof, and especially the way he's been playing these games, even despite the losses, even in losses, he's still been a solid guy. He's been that reliable guy that you have. Not only can you count on him, but he almost forces you to because his play is so good, and that's something that not everybody can have. You said, man, those section threes. Yes, sir. All over the court, off the catch. Nice, smooth wrist flick. I loved it. I loved it. We the best fans. Amen. Amen. I might have said it without saying it. You know what I'm saying? Best NBA channel on YouTube. I wish, man. One of these days, I'll really have that. One of these days, I'll really have that for real. Love the example. I try. Jordan Whitehead. Jordan, this is your no, that's not your first comment because you just commented about Olynyk and I overlooked it because of the comment that it was. Jordan, is this your first time in a live, bro? Talk to me. You said Jazz got the most loyal fan base after all we've been through. Y'all been through the ringer. Y'all been through the ringer. Derek, you said, nah, man, haven't commented, but trust. I'll be around more. Didn't realize you recognize your viewers like that. Especially the thing is, I try to remember everybody right now early. I try to remember everybody early. Cause like when I do have more viewers, I want to be able to say when somebody's in there, they're like, bro, I've been watching him since da 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 da. I'll be like, why wasn't you in them lives? Derek was in it. Tyson was in the live. Tatum was in the live. Lee was in the live. You know what I'm saying? And be like, all the boys was in the live. Where was you at? I was telling people they was in here when there was 3 people watching during the game, and then we would get up to 15 after the game. Where were you at, fam? You know what I'm saying? Just little stuff like that. Plus, it makes it a little bit more personal. And you're more likely to talk to me, I feel like. Maybe not. I feel like it. Let's see. We are loyal. Appreciate loyalty. With us being as small of a market as we are. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's why the arena is so explosive too. Yes, that's genuine fans because who else are you going to root for? You know what I'm saying? So everybody comes out there. That's the highlight. That's the biggest thing around to have. Whereas you go to like Florida and there's like a billion different sports teams. You got a game every night for somebody different. Like, yeah, you're going to have fans that are hype, but people aren't going to cheer for you when you're down 20 and you get a bucket the same way they would if this is the only game we've got. Because they're going to give you the fans are going to give you 110%. And if you know that your fans, this is the highlight of their week, somebody has a terrible week and you got a Friday night game or you got a Saturday night game, and this is the last thing they're gonna have before they go into the next week, working the whatever job they work, and they might not love doing what they're doing, but you gonna turn up. You're gonna turn up. And if you're gonna lose, you're gonna give them 110% because you want them to know their hard-earned money that they spent to come to the game to watch you lose was still worth it. Because if you can't do that, then I'm not gonna say you don't deserve fans, but it's like you have to appreciate the people that stand behind you the entire time. Because if you don't, you can't expect them to stand behind you when things really get tough. I don't know. Just me, maybe. I don't know. You said you will pass Hoops Nerd because you let people comment during live streams. He doesn't let people comment. I didn't even think about that because I watched his live stream, but it just never clicked to me that might have been the case. That's wild, actually. So I don't even attend his live anymore because yours are better. Hey, man. The thing I don't like about Dunn, Sexton, and THT is that they don't have a calming effect. We need a starting point guard that calms and can run the set offense. The energetic push and pace PGs we have fit. Interesting point. I feel like Dunn is kind of a calm point guard. Maybe not. Oh, I see you, Mitchell. I see you, man. Good night. Get some rest, bud. I feel like Dunn is the calmest point guard we have. Maybe I'm wrong. Talk to me, Dink. Better off the bench, yeah. Sexton, I would say, is definitely better off the bench because of his play style and how sometimes he can have off games, like how he started the season. But like the last 2 games, you prove why when he's on the court, he's a definite positive to have out there. Let's see. Yes, sir. Decent Derek. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hope Olynyk doesn't get traded. Solid guy to help out the young guys learn the league. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I think he'll have a lot of a strong effect on what's his name? Taylor Hendricks. Excuse me, Taylor Hendricks. I think he'll benefit a lot from seeing him, from just being around him in practice and everything. Always be here through the ups and downs. I appreciate that. I appreciate it, Lee. Just parked by a gas station 5 minutes from my house real quick. Once I'm home, I'll be more attentive. You're good, Tate. You're good, bro. Didn't break ever, he said. Done for sure. Got that chill vibe. Dude, always not. I'm not gonna lie. I've never seen him like smile. Like even when he made a play, when he dunked on over Malik Monk that game, he just literally went and got back on defense. Like he's just like you remember the Cam Thomas meme when he was first popping off in Brooklyn, and they were like, "Why don't you ever smile?" I guess the reporter asked. And he was like, "Why would I smile? Ain't S funny?" And he just had a straight face. That's the vibe that I get from Chris Dunn. It's cool though. It's cool though. Because like even when he makes a mistake, nonchalant, not nonchalant, but like still serious, still locked in. When he makes a shot, still locked in. Same thing. Between him, THC, and Sexton, most definitely, most definitely. Done the calmest for sure. Yep. But about the tournament, we're about to put into a group with 5 other teams in the West: the Suns, the Grizzlies, the Blazers, and the Lakers. That's going to be interesting. Huh? We all play each other one time. They count as regular season games and the tournament games. The winner of the group makes it to an 8-team single elimination playoff. That's super basic overview. Hmm. Nice. Okay. 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 So the final stage, that eighth team, and kind of like March Madness type beat. I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. And it's far enough from the playoffs for you to like appreciate it for its own separate thing. This will be interesting, actually. I think. Yeah. Agrees. Mostly calming. One we would greatly benefit from a Conley type point guard. I think Kessler wouldn't be struggling as much with Conley. True, because Conley would also hunt Kessler out a lot of times. I would argue. Um it wouldn't be so much if Kessler puts himself in a position to get a bucket or to get a pass. Conley would make sure that he has no choice but to be in position for a pass, basically. Yeah, no flexing with Dunn. Yup. I love what Dunn, his mentality, bro. He's all about putting in the work and the practice like Kobe did. If you didn't win your group, there's one wild card from each conference. Okay. Cool, 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 cool. JC said that Ingles might show up tomorrow with in blonde dreadlocks. Dink for sure, missing Conley. Yeah, man. It's not the same. You can what's the saying? Often imitated but never duplicated. Very similar. Let me see. Oh, Lee, I just saw your message. My fault. My fault. My fault. You said trying to do the membership for Buy Me a Coffee, but it won't let me. I wonder if there's a timeout after purchasing. It might be. I don't know what the thing is. I don't know what the thing is for it. But yeah, man. I think it's cool because Lee, when you just sent me, when you just supported the thing, it said, uh, hold on, let me pull it up. That Lee Christensen bought you 5 basketballs. I love the fact that I changed it to basketball. It's so much better. It's hilarious. Yeah, and the payment processing fee on this is like a significantly lower amount. Like Lee, you just sent me like $25. That's still wild to me, Lee. I really appreciate that. Wait, Lee, you got a son. Why are you sending me money? I appreciate it, but still. Does your son have all his jazz gear? Make sure he has his jazz gear. Because we support you. I appreciate that, man. For real though. In all seriousness. You said he absolutely does. I believe you. I'm inclined to believe you. I think you said definitely wearing my Ingles jersey tomorrow. Yes, sir. Basketballs instead of coffee is awesome. Yeah, I had to. Proud owner, proud father of PG-13. Yup. hmm Yeah, man. We'll take Ingles however you want to come, Jazz Legend. For sure, for sure, for sure. Man, look. That was a great game. It's a really great game. It's always great when you can put your bench in and they play similar defense to your starters as well. Now, obviously, they did end up facing against more of the bench unit from the Grizzlies, but still very solid overall. It's fantastic shooting. I'm going to switch over to the stats tab so I can get a more broad scope of what everybody did together. Together. He said PG was on the team with Russ, the turnover god, so I'll give him slack of the series. Oh. Russ was a great guy, though. Russ was a great guy. Russ also got too much slack, got caught too much crap for the Lakers' failures last season because he's literally giving the same amount of effort that he's doing now with the Clippers. The Clippers just appreciated because he was the lone star on the roster last year come playoff time after Kawhi went down in the series. He's a turnover machine, yeah. Mostly because he performs better. He's one of those point guards. He's an anomaly because he performs better out of structure and on fast breaks and out of broken plays as opposed to running sets. Like Ricky Rubio versus Russell Westbrook. They're both likely to give you 10 assists, but Ricky Rubio is going to do it within the structure of the offense, and Russell Westbrook's going to take as many fast break opportunities and as many second chance opportunities off a board or whatever to get his assists off. Which is nothing wrong with that, of course. It works for different teams, but I think that one is obviously more conducive to winning at the higher levels. Thoughts with the Grizzlies? They really had it bad without Ja and Adams. Part of it is them being bad. The other part I have to give it to is the Jazz being better. And that was a big thing before, like a while back, I said that I love the fact that before I didn't feel comfortable with the Jazz playing against the Suns and the Nuggets and the Kings, who are all three going to be playoff teams and have the ability to make guaranteed the second round for all of them, maybe even as far as third round, and one of them could potentially get to the finals. Obviously, the Kings might be a little young for it, but as far as everybody else, it makes more sense. Now, the reason why I love them playing this game, the rougher game so early, was because it completely dismantled everything you knew about the Utah Jazz. Anything that you thought they were capable of doing, anything you thought they were comfortable with doing, whether they were able to or not, got put on full display. It got exposed, butt naked and all. There was nothing else. There's nothing else to show. So any hole that we had in defense got exposed. It got shot. Oh, you want to overhelp? You're going to get punished. The guys hit the shots, right? You play a team like the Grizzlies, and they had a couple open three-pointers, but they were so far behind because the Jazz executed so effectively in the first quarter and continued the effectiveness that they ended up shooting 26% from the three-point line, 14 for 54. They only shot 96 shots. So about 55% of their shots came from beyond the arc. Actually, more like 50, 50, 58, 59%. I can't remember off the top of my head. But it's just one of those things where it's like, okay, but still, you know. The Grizzlies definitely suffered without Ja. I think they suffered more. Like it got ugly early because they didn't have Steven Adams. So you're relying on Jaren Jackson Jr. to run a traditional five like he did in FIBA, and it didn't work in FIBA because he's not a traditional five. He's not cut like that. He's not built like that. He can play defense pretty well, but he's not a primary rebounder, and it showed in the FIBA tournament because in the regular season when he's with the Grizzlies, he has Steven Adams, who's an elite offensive rebounder, a solid defensive rebounder. He's not movable. He can screen out. He can box out. He's a great playmaker from the high post. Those are things that aren't Jaren Jackson's. They aren't in his niche. Those aren't in his bag. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's got a cool little backpack, but he doesn't have, all the little compartments that Steven Adams has. And I think that's what hurt them a lot. That they also didn't have Derrick Rose today, which would have been some good depth off the bench. Not to say that he would have like dropped 30. Those days are behind him, unfortunately. But fortunately for us, I guess. But there's nothing wrong with that. So it's really a mixture. The Grizzlies are pretty bad, But then on top of that, it's more so they don't have the same depth. Like the Jazz, we go like 5, 6 guards deep, and they're all roughly around the same play level. You go 4 guards deep for the Grizzlies, and it's not the same. Them dogs are not cut the same. That's really what it is. You said, yeah, I hated the Westbrook stuff. Clippers down here beat the Suns last year with no Kawhi and Paul George. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Just effort and energy. Russ is a lot like Sexton. One of the reasons why I want him to win so bad. Yeah, because he's given 110% every time he touches the court. Might not always be the greatest. Might not always hit all the shots. Might shoot 28% from the field while taking 23 shots. But what you're not about to say is that he sucked and he quit, or he sucked and just lost the game for his team, because he gonna keep fighting. Because best believe, if he can't get 20 points, he's not gonna sit there and watch you give him 20. Not easy. Mm-mm. I tried to like Westbrook, but the man hates Utah. Oh man, he's a good guy though. Deep inside. I'm sure he got love in there. Can't imagine how frustrating it is being the 8th pick and not playing. I bet Hendricks never thought he would be in this position. Hopefully, it makes him better and not hurt his confidence. You raise a good point, Dink. I think Hendricks has the ability to be okay. I don't think that if he started, like say we didn't pick up John Collins, I don't think he starts and plays as well as say Brandon Miller is right now in Charlotte. And that's why I say I think it might be good that he has so much depth in front of him, because Kelly Olynyk is playing out of his mind right now. Even if Kelly Olynyk stays the same, if you want to at some point feel like he's ready and you slip him some minutes, and now he's that 5th forward / center that comes in that rotation. Well, now you have a guaranteed 5 in the front court, and then you decide who you want your 5 to be in the backcourt, or if you think you can still manage 6 and Chris Dunn's going to be the odd man out, and you don't trade THT, and Chris Dunn just accepts that and he continues to be that leader from the bench and coaches Keontae George along, then so be it. But that's a comfortable top 11 to have on your roster for me personally. But it's about getting him to that level, feeling like he's capable of doing certain things, and then him also executing it once his number is called. Because that's the big one. It's easy to do certain things in practice, but when you actually get put in front of all the cameras, in front of all the fans, and the expectation is produce, you have to do it. If you don't do it, nobody else can. There's a whole different level of pressure. Like right now, he's in a comfortable situation, and Keontae's in a comfortable situation where they have other guards ahead of them or older guards that if he can't hit this 3 or he can't get this rebound, someone so can. They can rely on that other person. There's a lot of other players that get put in situations where they have to help somebody, or they feel, or they're told literally, if we don't win, it's going to be because you had a bad game. Like, we need you to win. And when you switch the mindset and it goes into that context, it makes things a lot more difficult, because now the expectation is that they specifically are the heart and soul of the team. And that's, to me, what makes LeBron James' situation so impressive. Out of high school, he was called the chosen one. He got it tattooed on him and he delivered. His own teammates, when they were coming in, said that he was going to be as good, as contributive as a role player at best, basically calling him mid the entire time. And not mid as in average, mid as in he's there kind of thing. Like, what? Now everybody calls him borderline GOAT/GOAT. And I think it's just hard to do. I love the fact that the pressure hasn't been forced on them just yet. Like, Keontae obviously gets more minutes and he shows the more immediate promise. But there's, at the end of the day, Hendricks was picked 8th overall for a reason. It wasn't just he was the one guy that was there. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Happy we play the Grizzlies 3 times this month. Oh, so I was right. So yeah, it is 3 times. Yeah, we're gonna love these games. Just need to start out as dominant and comfortable as we did this time. Marcus Smart, THT gonna box. Hey, it might get testy to that point, low key. He says Jordan Clarkson can train him. Yeah, I can see that. THT wingspan gonna win it for him. Low key, That's that's a good point. Clarkson squaring up was awesome. Yeah, true, 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 true. He's gonna smoke Kaminga and Bane if it was on the street. You a fool. I think Hendricks is a project. In year 3, he'll be really good. Yeah, it's just gonna take him a little bit of time, and he has the luxury of time. Most guys don't have that luxury. They're expected to either basically you start 10 games. Oh, he doesn't look too good. He's a bust. And it's like, bro, that's not fair to him. You threw him in the fire and you're surprised. Let him get acclimated, please. You said, Cole, how's November going for you? Hey, man, it's hard. It's hard. I was about to make the follow. I'm gonna make the follow-up joke anyways. Sometimes I'm hard, and that's what makes it hard. But yeah, that's enough of that. Excuse me. Him. Excuse me. Let's see. Facts. Grizzlies can't match our guard depth, no superstars, but we can take time and decide who the point guard number 1 is and build around him and marketing through our plethora of draft picks. Yep, exactly. James said those Grizzlies were sorry. My God. Hey, the Jazz definitely helped them be sorry. That's for sure. Let's see. Future is bright for sure. Clay just hit a game winner for real. Hey man, just talking about him being a great shooter, and voila. Like and sub, yes sir, yes sir. Support the channel in any way you see fit. Oh, it's just so hard. Yeah. Gotta keep it going. Yes sir, yes sir. Trade for Ja after his suspension. Hey. Oh, sidebar. I think that Ja with Derrick Rose as his mentor character would actually be really good. I think it'll do really good for him. All jokes aside. I think he'll improve as a player and just not be as goofy off the court, making silly mistakes, doing stupid decisions. So hard after tonight. Grizzlies will hopefully be blow the team and rebuild. That would be crazy. That would be crazy. Like trading for Marcus Smart, thinking that you're going to be a better team once Ja comes back, and then you have Ja back and things don't go well. Somebody's getting fired. Maybe just me. But I think so. Somebody's job would definitely be on the line. Most definitely. Pray on their downfall. You think the Celtics are legit this season? Low key. Low key. Not even low key. Because Drew Holiday was the best pickup they could have had. And I predicted the trade where Dame goes to Milwaukee. I thought Chris Middleton was going to be involved in the trade. He wasn't. That was probably the only part that I was wrong about. But and the fact that they ended up shipping Drew Holiday out for more assets. But that being said, they're definitely a legit team because they filled out the biggest hole they had, which was you trade away Marcus Smart to get Al Horford's twin slash eventual replacement to hold things down once he finally does, actually hit the proverbial cliff and just hit the twilight years of his career and just become Udonis Haslem for a season or two before he goes off into the twilight zone. But you then had you gave up your best playmaker who wasn't really a great playmaker to begin with in the trade. So they had to get that back. And they also needed now perimeter defense. They fulfilled both of those with Drew Holiday and increased the honestly the offensive repertoire. The assist package, the playmaking got significantly better. The ability to make shots, shot making got better. So they just got better overall. So for that reason, and the fact that they filled the biggest hole that they had, which was playmaking, I think that they're a legitimate team right now. I'm still going to lean Bucks once they get all their ducks in a row. because I don't think they can stop Giannis from moving. And if you think they're going to strap Dame in his first genuine playoff series in God knows how long, I can't buy that. I can't buy that. This is time. This is the time. Um, let's see. You said I think Brooks matched better with him, but I guess we'll see a bit later. Low key, yeah. He did himself in though, but he made the storyline interesting for the playoffs. He said, "Let so many good players walk for free." Low key, looked like the Nuggets were never going to lose. They took a big L to the Wolves. How bad was it? I didn't see the game score. How bad was it? He said Celtics are legit. Yup. Facts. It looked like Jokic was going 82-0. Low key, bro. Low key. Because they weren't. It wasn't even like they were blowing teams out. They were just playing solid, fundamental basketball and working people in the process. That's how it played out. Um, right about Dame. I almost saw a left field trade. I don't think you need to be perfect to be right. Fair, 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 fair. Thoughts on Clippers? Clippers are a legitimate team. If James Harden doesn't decide to throw a hissy fit again, they're going to be a deep playoff run team. I don't consider them favorites out of the West, though. Defensively, James Harden took a lot of their depth away, and he doesn't fulfill that need. You're expecting Kawhi now to overexert himself, PG to overexert himself, and we're already injury prone. So you're expecting on Husk James Harden to not do what Russell Westbrook already does well and make him redundant. I don't like that because LeBron made Russell Westbrook redundant. That's why Russell Westbrook got so much hate. I like the Timberwolves. They're my second favorite team. I'm glad they beat them. Timberwolves are really good. Low key, low key. They have a lot of talent. Used to live in Minnesota. Oh, that would make sense. I think Timberwolves are a lot of Jazz fans' second favorite teams. Favorite team also lives in Minnesota. And Mike Conley and Rudy. I see the Clips choking again. TBH. Not enough ball to go around. No promises. Harden doesn't request a trade by March. That's the thing. Like he's been with 4 teams in what 3 years, so he's one of those guys where he's just so temperamental. It's not even a cute female thing. It's just like an irritating. 89-110. Dink, did everybody play? Nobody got hurt. That was like full lineup against full lineup. Goodness, Jokic must have saw it horribly. I need the recipe. We need the recipe. We need the scout report and everything. I need to break down that tape. I'm not sure I'll meet a lot of T Wolves fan, but maybe there's a lot. Lee said, "I'm not honestly sure about the Bucks. They have way too many negative players, especially if you look at their FORP numbers." True. Yeah, because the same stopper, Drew Holiday. Yeah, that's what Giannis did. I think the issue is going to be their perimeter defense because Dame, he does give you a lot of points. That's guaranteed offense. But is he going to offset the points that he gives up in a positive way? If he doesn't, and Dame goes for 30, but the guy you're playing goes for 30, was it really worth the trade? That's a big question. Doing himself a disservice signing the extension. Possibly, I could see that. Maybe it's me saying I see a pattern of the T-Wolves over Damian Lillard is. I would say the Clippers would be legit if their stars would play together. Yeah. He said, but they won't. The Dame stopper. Yeah. Kawhi and Paul George just got to stay healthy for them, and Russ just has to be solid. Harden can learn. He's not the first or second scoring option. He's got to be a facilitator. Yeah. Y'all see Scoot and Amin both got injured? No. Scoot already wasn't having a great start to the season. He was averaging like 8.3 points on like god awful efficiency, like 38% shooting from the field. Played them right before everyone played. It was a Gobert effect. Played them right before. Hey, good say that. Let's see. How's Gobert been this year so far? Kessler effect even better. Boston scored 155. Christian, say no. Be for real. Ain't no way. Gotta see this. Am I that behind on that? I've really never been attention. look at this right now. Ain't no way. Raptors clapped the Bucks 130-111. Blazers beat the Pistons 110-101. Pacers lost. Golly! 155-104? Bro, there's no way this Pacers are that bad. I'm not buying it. Tyrese Halliburton got cooked like that. Bro, that's the All-Star. That's the amount of points you needed in the All-Star game to win the All-Star game. That's crazy. Bro, I'm gonna have to look at these percentages. Hawks beat the Wizards 130-121. Nets beat the Heat 109-105. Cavs beat the Knicks 95-89. Pelicans beat the Thunder 110-106. It's a good game. Rockets beat the Hornets 128-119. Nuggets got clapped by the Timberwolves 110-180. 89. Mavericks 114-105 over the Bulls. Obviously, we clapped the Grizzlies 133-109. Clippers are down to the Lakers 110-104 with a little time left. The Warriors just barely beat the Kings. That's going to be a very good matchup seeing them go forward. But no, I have to look at this Celtics thing. This is crazy. You said I'm not much worried about Dame, Giannis, Brook Lopez, or Chris Middleton. The rest is such a negative; it negates them. It's going to be very interesting to see how much they can manage to carry and how long Brook Lopez can hold up. Honestly, Pacers have looked really good so far. Yeah, not a bunny experience. Not Halliburton wasn't playing. Okay, 155 is insane, bro. But he's legit. The Jazz are on pace for a type of score in the first half. True. Layup line in a real game type stat. It was on 30%. Start the stream. Now it's on 10. Dang, your phone battery has been actually pretty good, all things considered, because this live has been going on for almost 2.5 hours. Yes, we did clap them. We had a second best half in franchise history. Hoping for 82 points, that would have been a record. Yeah, low key. Jazz would have scored 155, but they slowed down in the second half. Damn, the 82 against the Warriors. 81. I feel like we have the Warriors 81 and a half years ago. Yeah, he was off. Ew, Jerebko. Can't stand. I'm sick. All right, so let's look at these percentages from this. From this game. Be for real. Okay, so the Celtics ended up clearing. They only shot 95 shots. They shot six. I say only 95, like that's a little bit. But they shot 95 shots, going 54 for 95, 57%. They were 57% from three-point line as well, 20 for 35. And they went 27 for 28 from the free throw line. They had 57 total rebounds to the Pacers 31. Killed them on the glass. The Pacers had 12 free throws and hit 7 of them. They went 5 for 37 from the three-point line. 13%, 13.5%. And they were 41 for 101 for 45.5% from field goals total. That's insane. That's actually insane. Yeah, but yeah, the face of shock. Yes, I am befuddled. I don't even know how to react to this. Goodness. Me personally, I'm not letting anybody give me 155. 155? $130 is terrible. Anything more than 130 is crazy. I'm not gonna say you intentionally tried not to play defense, but like at that point, you were literally off a rebound or off them hitting a shot. You literally came down the court and jacked a shot from half court because there's no way. There's no way. It's wild. What's the next vid gonna be about? Um, I made a score 104, but losing by 51. Yo, that's true. I actually have to record tomorrow's video. I didn't have one pre-planned. I actually recorded today's video and edited it while I was watching the first half of this game and posted it. That's why I went up so late. That being said, um, let me see. Probably I have to do an update on somebody. Did I do an update on Olenek recently? If I did, I might have to switch it up. Low key, lowest of keys. Should do potential trade packages for Sexton and THT. The thing is, there hasn't been like super substantial ones that look really good. That's the thing. Like obviously THT has upped his play, so he's a little bit more sellable now. Sellable. Oh my goodness, I made it sound like it's slave times. That's a good boy right there. No, he he increased his trade value over the past couple games. Um, but from there, it's just gonna be, I don't know. Dang, my video has no views. Did I do something wrong? No shot. No shot. Somebody check and tell me if I have a video from if my last video came up. It should have been me talking about. It should have a thumbnail with the starters from last game saying defense wanted. Because on my phone it's saying that it's still uploading, and I'm about to be so pissed because I literally spent the entire first half making sure I got that up before the game got out of hand so that I could still use it. I'll see you, Derek. Never saw that video. It didn't come up. No, I broke my streak on accident. I'm sick to my stomach. On the bright side, I did make it all the way through October. Golly. What did I do wrong? I might, you know what? I might have closed the tab or something. That's what I'm thinking. I had to have because I don't. That's sickening. I was wondering why I didn't get any alerts. I was wondering why I didn't get any alerts from it. Dang. I got to do better than that. Okay, yeah, my connection was. It says connection interrupted. I'm sick. I'm so sick. Well, it's a growing process, right? It's a growing process. Let me finish uploading this real quick. It was at 97% when it stopped. I'm disgusted. Okay. He said I work 3 jobs, have technical issues. Yeah. Yeah. He said my computer got COVID. Man, look. I'll get there eventually. I'm so pissed. I can't believe that. Wow. I think when I started the live, I usually close out most of my other tabs so that my internet doesn't get siphoned to a bunch of like backwater websites, and I can focus on like the stream running properly so you guys can see it like without the stuttering and everything. Which is also why I actually decided to watch the game on my other PC because last time when I started the stream and I was chatting, there was some connectivity issues that everybody was experiencing on the end of the viewer. So I ended up taking it off of my laptop, and I think it was because I was running so much between both. Um, yeah. So it is uploaded now. I'm just sick because I wasn't trying to do it so late. Because now I missed it. I'll double upload today, but still. What is this one? Defensive. Well, I guess technically I didn't. Oh, so it says it was posted 2 hours ago. It's weird because I set the timer for 10:30 p.m. I want to say I set it for 10:30 p.m. for me. It's 12:46 in the morning right now. But I set it for then, and it just didn't completely go. So I mean, if it says he says still 10:46, hey, I'll take it. I'll take it. Yeah, it just fully uploaded now. So I mean, the only thing about this video is that obviously it's automatically outdated now because they played good defense, right? Well, better defense, a little better defense than usual. Um 574 subs. I think I went up 8 subs yesterday. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I need to check the live analytics, and I'll tell you guys right now. See live count? Yes, please. So I'm at 574 right now. Yesterday I was at 68. Okay, so I gained 6 yesterday. I'm not mad at that at all. That's a good day. That's a good day, man. It's a good day. I got the flu too. Sometimes be rough. I'll be all right. Hey, man, get better, dude. I'm glad I give you something to look at, though. Yeah. Um. Yeah. So I guess the streak is still alive. It's still technically alive. I'm good. I'm good. That's good. I needed that. I was about to be so sick, man. Like, are you serious? Because I was literally editing the video while watching the game, and I'm sitting there. I saw Colin Sexton make that dump off pass as he got airborne on 3, and Keontae George laid it in. I low-key wanted him to dunk it, but I remembered how he's not like 6'8", and I just wanted the points on the board anyways. And I was like, yeah, that's acceptable. Yep. Yes, sir, Tyson. We need you to get well, man. Flu ain't nothing to play with, especially these days. Tell somebody got the flu, they'll think you got COVID. Lee, you said your subs are going so fast. Yes, literally. Literally. I really need it because the thing was, um, I enjoyed talking about the analytics. I thought about even doing like a couple videos about my channel's growth, but then I thought that might be like view baiting and those people wouldn't stick around. I'm still up in the air about it. I might do it on a different channel. But like I really needed my Lowry Markkinen shooting like Steph Curry video is at 1,100. And so is the Taylor Horton Tucker one. That one's almost at 1,200. But I really needed those because even though most of my videos with the Jazz tend to do really well, the ones before that didn't do so hot. I had the how hard it would be for them to get to the playoffs that only had 250 views. My last Jordan Clarkson video had 186, Um the guards played 200. Chris Dunn getting his contract guarantee was 340. And then should they tank again, that one was my closest again with 500, but just hasn't been like a great past week and a half. So I did need those two. I definitely needed those two. It boosted my confidence. Um, let's see. I never liked YouTube channels so much. I used to be on YouTube like 5 minutes a day. Now I'm on here all the time. Yes, sir. It sounds like I'm doing a good job. I love it. I love it. I love it. Granted, my stats are from the API metadata from YouTube and not your live stats. Looking forward to the views, streams, back-to-back games. Get me through it. Yes, sir. Trying to be here. I'd be here for it. Wouldn't focus on views so much as subs. Subs are more important than growing channel. Yeah. The thing is, like, once you're an established channel and you're trying to like make a living off of YouTube, right? Then that's when the views matter more for like your AdSense and just like the analytics that you can show to companies for brand deals and stuff like that. But in order for your videos to really get out there, like I'll tell you, I'll use one of the more recent videos as an example because I'm really transparent about analytics. Because like, I mean, let's face it, it's 15 of us right here. We're just all chilling. Um, Impressions wise, my click through rate on the Taylor Horton Tucker video is 6%. I have 1,200 views, but it has 16.5 thousand 16 16,500 impressions. So it's like different. It's different. And I know if I like you're saying, Lee, if I had 1,000 subs already, I wouldn't just have 16,000 impressions. I would have a guaranteed 1,000 on every video. And then from there, there's even more guaranteed videos going forward. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it because I know the people that are watching my content now are genuine people that like my content. Because like in the summer, especially, because that was the time when I didn't really have anything going on. And like since there wasn't any games or anything going on, a lot of you guys, I was one of the only people that was posting anything about the Utah Jazz. Now that the season's in place, now you have the NBA. They're dropping highlight tapes of each individual player, so my stuff gets bumped further down. Then you have Hoops Nerd, who's now focusing entirely on the Jazz, and his content's above mine. And there's a couple other pages here and there that might do like a random video every now and then. Like some people started talking about how John Collins is doing good, and I was like, I been knew this. I made like literally like 3 videos talking about John Collins specifically and how they got him for a bag of corn chips and a moth ball. Like we knew this. Mine just don't have just doesn't have the glitz and glamour, and I don't have video footage, which I need to add. And I keep saying it. I keep telling you guys that because I'm gonna hold myself accountable and eventually get to the point where I can do that every video. I'm just not quite there yet. But let me see. I know YouTubers with like 10K subs and live streams get 10 loyal viewers. Yeah, that's true. That's true. They get stuff throughout the other teams too. I'll watch those too, just not the Jazz stuff. Yeah. Yeah. I just like trying different things that stick. And that's why honestly I started doing a little bit less. I like Coops reference shit, copy music. Yes, I need a new soundtrack. There was one guy who made these certain types of beats that I used to always love, but I was when I touched base with him, he wasn't really doing music anymore. So I gotta figure something out. He said Danny Age knows how to finesse teams. I'll tell you right now, he could sell water to a fish. Goodness, that man's different. Forget water to a fish. You can sell water to a fire. Make him think you need it. Mm-mm. Subs bring comments, which bring viewers. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Absolutely. Man, oh man. Anything else y'all wanted to chop it up about real quick? We were really efficient today. I will say that we were really efficient today. The game went by smoothly. We had a good chat about the game, all that good stuff. I was trying to think of the club, but my brain started shutting off. So I was just like, hey, it's gonna have to work. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has those moments. Oh yeah, I got you. Let me grab where is it? Give me 1 second. Because I don't want this cutting off on me right here. All right, we're good. I just had to make sure I have my laptop plugged in because I didn't want to mess it up. Was fired. Excuse the pun, you fool. So the thing that's going to be interesting with the Magic. As a matter of fact, let me pull up their recent game schedule because I saw some of their stuff very briefly, but from what I've gathered, they're not as bad as I was hoping they would be. Say I hate on the Magic because I literally made a video about how they have the ability to not be trash this year, ironically enough. But let me see. So close game against the Lakers, got clapped by the Clippers, who we beat. Um, Edged out the Trailblazers. Not bad, not bad. They are 2-2 right now. So 2-2 actually, Lee. Yeah. They beat the Rockets to start everything out. Yeah. They beat the Rockets 116-86, beat the Trailblazers 102-97, lost to the Lakers 106-103, lost to the Clippers 118-102. So they're not bad, but it's about to get worse for them. If we play like we played today, it's about to get real ugly. Paolo's gonna get caught on an island and Lowry's gonna splash a three in his face. I'm playing. But it's a very actually realistic problem that Paolo's gonna have. Him and those boys. That being said, it's going to be a very interesting defensive matchup. I will say that for them guarding the Jazz players. But the Rockets were their only win, but being a Trailblazers is a braggy. You got a 200 on your SATs for spelling your name correctly. Joe Eagles giving us 20. He better not. I'm gonna be sick to my stomach. They got a good defense. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like with Markel Fulton, those boys, their shots won't always be falling, but they'll be darned before they're gonna let you guys take that. Vote, but leave Mancuro open on three. Let him shoot every shot. 28%. And the thing is, he takes volume like more than he should. Like if Walker Kessler shot as many threes as Paolo Banchero, he would shoot a higher percentage. I said what I said. I'm gonna stand behind it. 100,000%. You know what I'm saying? I think the best thing I did in my video was, or in my defensive video when I was talking about, was just general defensive metrics that anybody can look up on the NBA channel or on NBA.com, just specifically focusing in on it. And I think we did help our numbers a little bit. Obviously, we're really early in the season, so we're not going to be as bad. Our defensive rating, I'm sure, got a little bit better. All that good stuff. So that is something to be appreciative about. The Magic are not particularly a great team. That being said, they're not going to be a team that's just going to get walked over. Like they're not going to be they're not going to play like the Grizzlies did. They actually have a solid defense. Their offense isn't particularly great, but in the right situations, they're going to they're going to make their shots. So, speaking of which, I'm going to go ahead and use the Lakers game actually as a good test. See these metrics. Against the Lakers, they shot 38 of 95 for 40% from the field, 14 of 35 from 3, which is 40%. 13 for 18 from the free throws. They have 44 total rebounds, 12 offensive rebounds. That's going to be interesting. 32 defensive rebounds. Not worried about that. I can't. No. Okay. Never mind. I can't check any further. It's gonna be an interesting matchup though. He said bricks all day for Paolo. Maybe he should let him. Maybe he should let them threes fly then. Yeah. Rain down on them, Walker. What's up with the Clips Lakers game and OT? Internet meet ready. OD. Walker from the corner over Paulo. Oh, for sure. 100%. Remember last year he blocked him like 3 times in the first quarter. That was nasty. And they don't give him rookie of the year. Yeah. Because who cares about Utah? He didn't start all the games. He wasn't drafted as high as the other guy. You know how it goes. We love narratives. Just like how they sat there and made it seem like advanced metrics matter too much. And so Joel Embiid deserved the MVP trophy over Jokic. Advanced metrics only further prove that you're a good defender, or you're a good offensive player, or you're a good player. So people said they got tricked by the narrative. Then, come playoff time, just like usual, Joel Embiid got clamped by old man Al. Al Horford gave that boy the work, pulled his socks up, tightened his buckle and strapped him just like he always does for some odd reason. But shout out to Al for that, I guess. And then Jokic went all the way because he's Jokic. Let me see. Do you know the Magic defensive rating in the season? I don't off the top. I can find it real quick. Let me see. Uh, do, 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 do. Here we go. Ooh, this is gonna be a good one. Their defensive rating is 103, which currently sits at fourth without today's updated games. So they're fourth with 103. For reference, the Timberwolves are number one with 102 across 4 games as well. We were 27th before this one with a rating of 115.8, with the Indiana Pacers being 30th with 119.3. So our defensive rating got a little bit better. I think we leapfrogged the Houston Rockets, the Charlotte Hornets, maybe the Spurs. But outside of that, it just really comes down to how it goes. Yes, small samples husk, but if they can maintain that, that's scary good D. Pause. Yeah. The Lakers selling, they should have already won. The Lakers lost in overtime last game too, didn't they? LeBron gave them one of his last 30-point performances that he's going to be able to muster in his old age, and they wasted it. Sad case. Bet the Jazz don't get one NBA post on IG for sure. Definitely won't. Definitely won't. Why? Cause why would we? Why would they show some love? You know. Yeah. Only post about the popular teams. Yep. Anybody with a major fan base can definitely catch the post. Everybody else, they say forget you, or not necessarily forget you, but like post your own stuff. I guess that's something that I don't particularly enjoy, if I'm being frank. But yeah, this it's gonna get real interesting real soon. Handle business with Memphis convincingly. That was another important thing, not just to win this game, but to win it like to where people understand that this was the inevitable outcome. Not only was it inevitable, but we laid it before you, bare bones and all, to the point where you have to agree with us. I think that was like the most impressive part of it. Man, oh man. But yeah. LeBron is easily my favorite player. I hate the Lakers. Maybe it's a Utah thing. Maybe it's a Jazz fan thing. Since he joined them, I can't stand. I'm weak. I think it depends. I can't see us being higher than sixth. How high is the ceiling for the Jazz this year? I would say six is really reasonable. Yeah, Tate, yeah, I'm with you on that one because let me see. I'll pull up this. I'll pull this that way. Okay, so the Mavericks, Golden State, Nuggets, Clippers, Pelicans, Thunder, Kings, Spurs, Lakers, Suns. Dang. There's a lot of teams. Like a lot of things would have to happen, right? I want LeBron to win another ring before retirement, just not on the Lakers. Hey man, I just want Go James to get himself another one. Tired of people talking that trash. Yeah, I'm tired of it. We're definitely better than the Grizzlies, the Rockets, the Trailblazers, right? So that puts us at automatically 12th. I think we're better than the Timberwolves. Okay. We beat the Clippers. I think with their loss of depth, I think we can still handle them again. That's 5. Um that's where it gets real ugly. Cuz that means that effectively puts us at 10th, right? And that means, do you think we're better than the Suns? I think the Suns have proven at very least that they're deep enough to handle us, right? Pause. The Lakers, it depends on if Anthony Davis shows up to play, right? Because if Anthony Davis plays like as if he's Xavier Tillman, then that's a winnable game because we're gonna make LeBron James give us 30. Because if LeBron doesn't give us 30 and basically freaking die on the court, they're not gonna win that game. I would say we're better than the Spurs. We're more complete than the Spurs, right? So that's 6 teams. The Kings is a toss up, right? Because they beat us by what was it, 16, 15, 16? So that's not ideal. The Thunder, I think we can beat the Thunder. So I'll say that's 7. The Pelicans, even with the healthy Zion Williamson, I'm still picking us. That's 18, right? Shoot, I said that's 18. That's 8. So that puts us at the 7th seed. So from there, it's like Nuggets, Warriors, Mavs. It depends on how good the Mavs actually are. Sure, better than the Spurs, Blazers, Rockets. Yeah. Add Grizzlies to that list because we just spanked them. Um, we could be better than the Mavs and the Pelicans. I think so too. I think the Thunder is good comp. Like we're a Thunder, Kings, Clippers tier team. Low key. You think they're better? I could see that they're slightly the thing that separates the Thunder from us is the fact that they're the heart and soul of their team is Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, truly the best two-way player in the league right now, and he's a guard. We don't have the guard power. If we have our guards play the way they played today, we can kind of go a little bit toe to toe with him, right? But do we trust our guards to do that? And if so, who is going to be that guy that does it? That we know for sure is going to be able to do it. I don't know. The beneficiary that we have is our front court is definitely stronger than theirs. Like, yes, Chet looks cool and all, but when he played Victor in that match, obviously it didn't matter that much because insignificant type game. But Victor was working that man. So I don't trust their front court to hold their own against us. But the issue is Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Really. And he's efficient. So we both have each other's weakness, I would say. Chet is legit, but yeah, I'm not sure how he would do against Lowry and stuff. That's what I'm saying. Like again, it was a bad to see him go to do what he to play Wemby because it didn't go as evenly matched as I thought it would. Like watching the raw tape, it looked like Wemby it looked like Wemby knew he was the better player and just played like it. And Chet just basically accepted it and went with what he was doing. Now that doesn't mean Chet's not a good player. That's not what I'm about to say. But I think if he has to deal with that, the best case scenario, Chet in a matchup would have to be Walker Kessler, right? Because he's a little bit more mobile than Walker is, as in quickness standpoint. Because Walker's not necessarily an awkward mover. That being said, do you want him guarding John Collins? Absolutely not. Because John Collins will give him some work. John Collins plays a lot like he's just gonna stand on the wing and in the corner and hit a catch and shoot 3 or dribble 2 dribbles inside the 3-point line and look for a kick out. But you put Chet in front on John Collins, that's not a good matchup. Larry Markin on John Collins. Excuse me, I said Larry Markin on John Collins. Larry Markin on Chet Holmgren, also not a good matchup. So he has to guard, he's still recovering, getting crossed by Andre Drummond. That was nasty. Andre Drummond, I remember when people used to clown him for putting up empty stats, and I was just like, bro, he's just doing what he can with the time that he has. He just, you know, he just put up a lot of numbers and they didn't lead to wins. That's all. That doesn't make him a bad player. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But yeah, I give the Thunder the edge right now. I just say we're a that tier team because we have each other's weaknesses are the other team's strength. We have a strong front court, they have a weaker front court. They have a stronger guard core, they know who their guards are, they know who the heart and soul of their team is, and we don't have that for our guards. We're still trying to figure that out. Not that it's like a terrible thing, but it's just a thing. You know what I'm saying? Lakers clutch up the win in OT. Okay, good. I was about to say you're gonna waste LeBron James. You're gonna waste another LeBron James virtuoso game. What was the thing? Google Dolls. Okay. Okay. Let me see these stats. Russell Westbrook 24, 11 and 8. Zubac 7 and 9. Kawhi Leonard 38, 6 and 5. Paul George 35, 6 and 1. Goodness. Bones Highland 4, 1 and 5. And then Norman Powell, the bench, 12 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. PJ Tucker 21 minutes, 5 rebounds, no points, no assists. Okay. Goodness. 30, 30, 24. The big three was cooking. Then you had 80 wasn't bad. 80 wasn't bad. He said 0, 0, 0. Steven going up for 80 as the game was hilarious. Yeah. Man, Anthony Davis had 27, 10, and 3. I can live with that. LeBron had 35, 12, and 7. Austin Reeves had 15, 7, and 7. Cam Reddish had 8, 4, and 4. D'Lo had 27, 2, and 6. Christian Wood had 10 and 11. Max Christie had 5. Jackson Hayes had 3. Maybe I'm tripping, but this doesn't look like a lot of points. I'm definitely bugging out because that's definitely a good amount of points right there. Because 35 plus, well, 27 plus 27 is 40, 54, 54 plus 35 is 80, 89. Yeah. Plus the 10 from Christian Wood is 99. Yeah. That's definitely all the points they had. LeBron played 42 minutes. I'm done. Yeah. Been allowed to watch MJ. MJ's time was different, man. MJ's time was different. I would say that I think I said the analogy last time where I compared somebody to MJ. Or no. I was in a group chat and I said Kevin Durant is essentially MJ, but with a mediocre coaching staff in mediocre situations. Because Kevin Durant, the best thing he does is score. In his prime, he was a pretty good defender. I would never say he was locked down, but he was always a pretty good defender, right? But he was a really one of the most unstoppable scorers the game's ever seen. Now, here's the issue that I have, right? And I've voiced this frustration before, but I'm gonna say it again. My issue with KD is the fact that people will look me dead in my eyes and tell me he's the most skilled offensive player the game's ever seen. You mean the lanky crossover that every tall man has in his bag, a spin move, and a pull up three and a fadeaway. That's his bag. That's the deepest bag you've ever seen. So Kyrie Irving just doesn't exist. That's what we're going with. Kyrie Irving is the most skilled player. Because when I think you have the deepest bag, right? Plus, Kevin Durant gets no flame whatsoever. The only flame he got was when he finally joined the Warriors. Everybody's like, "Oh, you can't do that because you lost to them." But like, I'll give him credit because he's a true basketball player. All he wants to do is hoop. He doesn't care about kids. He doesn't care about women. He just wants to hoop. I respect that. But my thing is like, bro, goodness. like in order to be the most skilled player on the offensive side of the ball, that means if I take what you can do, if I take all your moves, package them all together, and give them to somebody 6'10", they can get buckets. And if I give them to somebody Kemba Walker's height at 6'1", he gets buckets still. If you take Kevin Durant's bag and give it to Kemba Walker, he's getting cooked. He's not. He's getting locked up and sat on the bench within 20 minutes. You're right. Being a 7-footer and being able to do it is crazy. But I'm not disputing that because he gets buckets the easiest because of his height. But that's also why like him watching him play Victor was so interesting to me. Because Victor's like the first guy that can move comfortably with him besides like I guess Bol. And it's like he really had to go against somebody that could really legitimately block his shot if he doesn't sit there and actually get that ball up in the air. I guess. I don't know. LeBron's longevity is insane. It absolutely freaking is, bro. I have to catch a LeBron James game. I absolutely I have to. I can't not. Because at some point he's gonna retire, and I'm gonna be sitting there talking about to my kids about how I watched him do it, how I watched him come back from 3-1 on live television, but I never saw him in person. I gotta see him in person. I don't care if it's from a nosebleed. I gotta see him in person. Offense includes passing and making everyone better around you. LeBron made Kyrie a champion. Without LeBron, what did he do? True. I would say MJ is the GOAT to make myself feel better about Jazz. Man, LeBron was different. A lot of people don't appreciate, but a lot of people don't understand when people say that LeBron makes players better. And it's hard to explain because do people's percentages and numbers all go up because they play with LeBron? No. But playing with LeBron is the system. So if you're a great defender, you're a solid shooter, and you finish well at the rim, he might only need the defense and the shooting part. So he's going to put you in positions to exemplify those two things. And that's going to be your role. That's all you have to do. Nothing more, nothing less. Just do that to a T, and you will have fulfilled your job. And that's what LeBron does, and he maximizes everybody like that. And a lot of people are like, "Oh, well, so and so's numbers went down when they played with LeBron." Okay, but in this specific role that he was playing, how did he perform? Well, I mean, yeah, he did that, but he used to be able to do so much more. No, 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 no. That's not about all that. Did he do the job that was prescribed? If this medicine can get rid of headaches, can get rid of coughs, can get rid of aching bones, but I take the medicine to get rid of my headache, don't tell me how it could get rid of aching bones, but it didn't. I didn't ask for that. I asked for headache medicine. I took it to get rid of my headache. Did it get rid of the headache? Yes. Problem solved. Same thing. Bro probably won't be a player like LeBron ever again. Literally, I'm saying, dude. But in all seriousness, LeBron is definitely the GOAT. If this generation, but 90s, yeah, 1990s, you got to give it to MJ. Let's say 90s back in the day, zone defense were illegal. That's the biggest thing. If you allow zone defenses, MJ can't do what he can do, right? Because back then you couldn't sit in just empty space. You couldn't. If you wanted to sit there, you couldn't hedge. You had to commit. So either you're going to double team him, or you're just gonna go one-on-one and have him deal with somebody. And he's, to his credit, he's one of the greatest one-on-one players, isolation players the game's ever seen, right? But it's okay. When Brown was born, the court was like his teammates got boosted attributes. True. Hand check rule. You could play defense on sag off non-shooters in this area. But yeah. And the hand check rule is also important. I miss it because I myself, I love hand checking. As a defender, I love hand checking. It's enjoyable. It works for me personally. I know some people don't like getting handsy. Me, if you get to chatting, we can get handsy. You know, I don't have a problem with an offensive player using an arm bar. But if he's going to use an arm bar, let me get my hand in the cookie jar too, please. If I reach and I catch a little hand, I'm going to say my fault. I'm not going to give you a foul. I'm going to say my fault. You know what I'm saying? Like the hand check rule was cool because it allowed a certain level of physicality on defense for guards, not necessarily for bigs, but more so for guards. because if somebody's trying to blow by or somebody throws a shoulder near your chest, you can get a little bit handsier. You know what I'm saying? You could compete more. Now they took it away, and now it's I'm not gonna say it's completely watered down, but it's just not the same. It's just not the same. It's a little bit easier for certain guys. Some guys, not everybody. Absolutely, you can force them where you want to go. Exactly. Holy. Every time you tell me that, it breaks my heart a little. Still my guy. Man. Browns taking the most garbage teams to the finals every year with Cleveland. I'll tell you right now, the way LeBron had all-star Kyle Lowry and all-star DeMar DeRozan City getting called LeBronto, it needs to be studied. Imagine if somebody just walked into your house and said, "This is mine." He never even said it. That's the craziest part. Imagine if somebody just walked into your house, sat on your couch, and started watching TV. And the neighbor started saying, "That's Jimmy's house." You'd be like, "Bro, I pay the bills here. I live here. He just came here today. He busted down my door and walked in. This isn't his house." You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, man. But yeah, just one of those things. But the game against the Magic should definitely be interesting. I gotta decide what topic I'm going to talk about today in the morning. I'm probably going to pick a player that got some burn today that's showing some promise. I might go Colin Sexton. I'm debating. I got to see when the last time I dropped a Colin Sexton one was, because the last time I dropped one was about him not being on the team anymore, I think, or like his days being numbered. I think that was the video. Bro, I can't wait for Lonzo to come back. I do need to check Keontae's shooting splits because I think they went up some. That being said, let me think. Who else? I could talk about how important Kelly Olynyk is, but people wouldn't watch the video. I'm gonna wait a little bit longer to talk about Kelly Olynyk. That's what I'm gonna do. Jordan Clarkson had his was it comeback game, kind of, but it's not that important. His shoes killed his knees. I think his shoes destroyed it, gave him the glass ankles like Curry, and that ultimately led to the structural damage that led to the knee injury. And that hurts me so much because I love the brand that they had going. It made sense. It just didn't work the way I thought it would, at least. But we'll see him again. Lonzo not done. He's better than LaMelo. I'm gonna say that. As somebody in Charlotte that has those games locally and chooses not to watch them, he's better than LaMelo. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. I'm weak. Ooh, that's a good point. Canada. That is a good point. Yeah, you have a point. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. But man, oh man. What's the remember that? Mm-hmm. Anything else y'all wanted to chat it up about real quick? Wait a second, I don't know his name. It's probably wrong in the back of the center for my Oh, you're at 7? Yeah. That's a good one, actually. Of course, man. Yeah. I'm going to bed too. Then I'm gonna get up in 5 hours, go to work. I got practice for the kids afterwards, and then I'm gonna record my video, edit it. It'll probably go up um around, I'll say 6 p.m. 6 p.m. my time. So in Utah it should be 4 p.m. I think. Probably. Yeah. And then um I'll edit that. I'll probably take a nap after that and then wake back up. Yeah, okay, yeah. Just wanted to make sure. Yeah, so I'll take a nap after that and then I'll probably start my stream at halftime if the game's going well. If it's going horrible, it might come late in the third quarter because I'm gonna need to compose myself. Yes, sir. Thanks for always tuning in, man. You know what I'm saying? Yep. All right, Jordan. All right. Gotta close it out like I always do on my videos, right? As always, thinking. Ooh. As always, thanks for tuning in to another video. As always, it's your boy Wraith Hoops. And as always, good morning, good evening, good night, no matter where you are on the globe watching. Thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. I'll see y'all, boys. Same thing, Tayton. Say no more. Tyson, Tayton, Lee, Frederick. Frederick, is that your first time commenting? Hold up, Frederick. Before I hang up, Frederick, what? I have not seen you in here before. Did you just wait till the end of the stream to let us know you were here? I'm watching you, Frederick. Just know that. Never come on time for the stream. I was like, yo, I don't remember. I didn't recognize your profile picture. Good night, Christian. But I'll talk to y'all boys. I'll talk to y'all boys in less than 24 hours. Yeah. Probably halftime of the game. I'll do a YouTube post about it to when I know for sure. But yeah, I'll talk to y'all boys.